EA.
Hey.
That's before audio. That's before video. That's BV. That won't be shown as BV.
BV, isn't that an STI? Or sorry, STD.
Is it?
BV? Sounds like one.
I think it's
VD?
BV.
Venereal disease.
BD.
Oh, VD.
BD.
I don't know, BV sounds like something bad too.
It does.
And then
Yeah.
what's the...
BBC.
That's a thing.
The British Broadcasting.
Yeah.
Yes, I said that's a thing. I wasn't
It's very
denying it. Hi there, everyone.
Hello. Welcome to the Almost Never podcast. To this week is we're off to a great start.
That was funny.
We're talking about Italy. We're talking about all the murderers in Finland. We're talking about RoboCops in the subway in New York. We're talking about more worm news.
Yeah.
But I guess first off, I wanted to ask you guys how often do you think about the Roman Empire?
Kind of often.
How often is that?
Every time I want to take over something.
Like once a day? I feel like you
Multiple
have
times
invading
a day.
tendencies.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I'm a conqueror.
Weekly, at the least.
Once a week?
At the least.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes more.
Sometimes more.
less.
Where are you leading me? I want to
So,
go.
yeah, go with where you're going to go.
Where are you leading me?
It's a thing.
Mm,
This question's a thing.
Turkey.
Julius, where are you leading me?
This is a millennial, or no, a Gen Z thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of like tied in with like Nicki Minaj, Roman's
Oh.
Revenge, that song.
Really? What's going on?
No, I think that's like they kind of just popped up at the same
Oh,
time.
okay.
And I was just curious. I knew
So-
guys view of the
Oh,
Roman
yeah,
Empire.
no, I love the Roman Empire.
My friend Laurasia, shout out Laurasia, she lives now in Rome. And
Ciao.
so somebody sent that to her and she didn't know what it meant. And she's like, it's kind of funny because I literally walk by the Colosseum every single day. Like I see it. So she thinks about the Roman Empire literally every day.
I saw it.
More than
once.
most men.
You did see it once.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you
your
saw
own
it
two
multiple
eyes.
times, not just the Colosseum, but everything.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know it's real.
Did you have a favorite thing that you saw of the Roman Empire?
Just the scale of the stuff was really cool. Actually, I didn't have any one thing, but it was just like actually seeing because I like building and stuff like that. So just
To think that people could build at that
how,
scale
yeah,
at
my
any,
mind was just
any
blown
time
looking at everything. It's like how could they even without power?
without like
Yeah.
blueprints. Really?
Bruh, just without anything. Like what could they really have been using unless we've been lied to?
How often do you think about the alien empire?
Not that often, to be honest.
I would say that you think of it at least once a week.
I mean, don't you think
Aliens.
everything that was made wasn't made actually by us? Like it was alien helped?
I think that the aliens that we're finding now are just us from the future.
So we
Like-
turn into little three fingered
It's that
things?
far ahead because we've left Earth at this point. They're basically trying to do like every movie. They're trying to save us, but they can only go so far back. And I think that's what all the aliens that we're seeing, even
The
the
cake.
ones that are like,
So in the center of the cake, there was a message.
it was like a message in a bottle.
Yeah.
But in our bodies and
We
our
just don't know
DNA.
how to read.
Message in the alien cake.
That's so. It's basically Interstellar's like real.
Yeah, it's just us.
I can see that.
We've just gone back in time and trying to help us, but we don't know how to do anything because we don't know how to. Yeah, it's just us.
Okay. Well, besides that, how's your guys' week? You said you said you were very busy. Right?
That is a busy ass week. Yeah, we're launching a software that's not necessarily ready.
A software is not ready.
Yeah. Also, what do you if somebody's launching like a 2.0, isn't it? Do you find it silly to have it be called oh? 2.0?
Nowadays, yeah, just go X or something.
Give it a cute name.
Yeah.
It should, yeah, 2.0, that's like a millennial type thing. Like, oh, we got Windows 3. Whatever. Like, who cares?
Wasn't it like at,
Well, then it was
at
like
AOL
95,
and stuff? You get
98.
the discs and you're Sunday newspaper.
Yeah, it's like a 2.0. That just leads me to think, like, what was wrong with the 1.0?
Or also like 2's low. I'm just like, how long you
Well,
guys been around? Like,
Well, obviously 1 wasn't right, so is 2 good? That's what it leads me to.
but I mean, I'm not going to talk bad because it's my employer. So
No, I'm just
What's
saying.
the name of the software?
EcoTrack.
That's tight.
EcoTrack 2.0.
Yeah, that's what it's called right now.
That
Should
would
be
lead me to
like-
think like you could find animals on it.
Yeah, I
So,
would
dude,
think
you
so,
know what's
too.
funny? It's like the eco part doesn't actually make sense because so we were started by one of the guys that started was from the restaurant business, but the other guy was from HVAC. So they were called Ecotech.
Got it.
So they kept
That-
the eco
get
name.
eco part
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that
And
the
that.
HVAC sense. I get
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So that's why I said it's Ecotrack.
Yeah, it sounds
'Cause
like
they were
nature
talking
tours.
about, like economical or economy.
Yeah. That's basically how I think it got slang. It's like, we're going to track your economical
Not necessarily
opportunities.
ecosystem.
No.
Well, I guess it has an
It's got a
software
system of its
ecosystem.
ecos.
I mean, there is a
Ecos.
yeah, the ecosystem.
The-
Now you're going to start being Latin on everything. Oh, yes, the ecos.
Ecosis is kind of a cooler name, though.
It is
than
kinda,
Ecotrek.
yeah.
Ecosis.
Ecosis is like
Sounds like a cool disease.
It sounds
I
like
would
a
get
cool
that.
I bet
prog
that
rock
you would
band.
get ecosis.
Like Ecosis would open up for
A little
Polyphia.
risky.
What?
Polyphia does like some sound some
Ecosis.
sort of like thing where you get
Damn, you got
warts.
Polyphia? No, I got Ecosis. Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, they do
Something
both
with
sound,
warts.
They both sound like sleep depravity or
Yeah, some
depravity.
depravity.
I was gonna get there. Damn.
I'm just helping you out. Just helping you out.
Let's unpack that.
Yeah. Do you want to unpack that? Yeah, it's just been a busy week, though. I'm tired and working tomorrow, whatever. It's like the week flew by. I actually wasn't ready for today.
You're salaried though, right?
I am
So do you get paid extra for tomorrow, or
That
it's
doesn't
just like?
mean salary, Josh.
No, I know,
I
but
can
like,
answer the question for you if you want.
damn, I was gonna get there. All right.
You want to unpack that?
Kind of defeats the whole salary purpose.
A
So
bonus.
the way I understood it is when you get salary, you're supposed to get bonuses. I think that's the point of the business logic.
But you're not getting a bonus.
That would be the next step in logic.
That so I haven't. I hope for said bonus in this
And that's all we can do.
venture of a new product. Yeah,
It's like religion.
because that's kind of the point of it.
Sean
Like
believes it's coming. Like
The
Actually-
second coming of bonus.
actually, it was brought to my attention this week that I'm like a doubter. That I have,
Oh, no.
I genuinely.
Sean's a flat earther.
And I was like, I don't think I'm a doubter. I don't think I just.
I am. I don't think I am. I doubt that. That's
Dang,
true.
you fell into it. Dang. I don't
know.
think I'm a doubter.
if you guys tell me something, would you say I'm open to it generally, or am I usually like?
Nah, you're the first one researching.
Oh, I
So
guess that's
technically
true.
you're a doubter.
I guess. That's just interest. It's curiosity.
I would use a different word than doubt. You're right.
Yeah, I'm just curious.
Inquisitive, maybe?
Yeah.
Well, doubt isn't
Inquisitive.
necessarily negative.
It kind of is.
Doubt is negative.
That's
like,
negative.
I'm
Like, I
not
don't believe
believing
you.
what
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
saying.
that's
true.
Inquisitive is like I'm intrigued with what you're saying,
That's
so I'm
right.
going to take the necessary
But
steps
then,
to
but
move
it's
forward.
but
and
it's
find out about
also
it.
Yeah.
I don't. It's still like I don't believe you, so I'm doing secondary
It's
research.
more like
right?
I'm just curious to see what it is because
I'm curious of the lies you're telling me.
well, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not being like I'm doing this to prove you wrong. It's more like
You're
I'm
just
doing,
intrigued enough to research it
yeah,
yourself.
Yeah. I want to see if like what because if somebody came out of the blue and they were like, flowers are in Antarctica, which is a thing. I heard it, but I had
That's
to
not
look
a
it
thing?
up. I had to look it up.
There's
I want,
flowers there. There used to have been.
Yeah, but like now, and I wanted to see.
Yeah, we are the flowers.
What's the with the alien thing? Like I just want We Are the World.
We are the children.
Yeah. I don't know. How was your week, man? We'll get back to flowers now.
Pretty good. Actually,
That's doubtful.
This
Miss Doubtful.
brings it back to last weekend. Our chicken adventure. Bay got COVID, and I've been.
You did alert us. You were a good person.
Yeah, you
I
were.
could have. You didn't even have to tell me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, well, I didn't think
responsible in that
I didn't
way.
think so because I think she probably either got it on Thursday or Friday. I've been with her like the whole time, yet I did not catch COVID. So I've been hypothesizing. No research involved whatsoever, but
Let's
I think
unpack this.
I think maybe has to do something with the hot chicken that inflamed my immune system to act. And if there was a virus,
Starting to sound like a conspiracist, Josh.
Bruh.
Starting to sound. You know, there's this dewormer that if you take it, it'll fight everything.
Oh no, this is completely natural and accessible by anybody. You don't
That's
have to
what
see
they
a
were saying
doctor.
about the.
You can't get you can get ivermectin. Just you can get hot chicken almost anywhere.
It is actually it's
All
more
right.
accessible.
It's way more accessible,
Probably cheaper too.
and probably
Touche.
I don't know how much ivermectin costs, but it's probably more
They
than
don't have
like
insurance.
$15 max. But that's for a meal.
But you know what? Hot chicken isn't everywhere, and I feel like the places where you really could get the drug you
Big
said
city, bigger
would
cities.
be the places where you couldn't get hot chicken, like a Montana or Wyoming. I'm sure they got ivermectin everywhere.
Oh, because there's horses.
For
Sure.
just The unnecessary need. I'm looking up.
Does hot chicken
Miss
affect the
Doubtful
virus?
over here.
I just,
Miss Doubtfire.
Doubtfire. But yeah, so yeah, I don't know, like, because we also smoked a little some. I was like, I don't know. I'm not saying it's not, but I'm not saying it is. No, I am saying that it is. I think it might be the.
Is it the combination?
It might be weed and hot chicken.
I stand corrected.
I don't
Hot
think
chicken in middle
Joe.
America.
I bet if Joe Rogan said it, people would believe him. But you know, I don't got this big old platform, so.
bro, this fried chicken's so good that it got in the Los Angeles Times from Montana.
That's pretty good. It traveled. The Pony
That's-
Express.
That's. What if it's just like not chicken? Actually, it's moose. It's like elk meat.
Hot moose.
Hot
Venison's
elk.
good.
Hot venison. Would you
spicy elk, but the meat will look dark because that meat's dark.
Hot,
would you be down?
I like dark meat.
And it's venison and waffles.
I try it.
Yeah, you gotta give
Well, venison's
everything a
different.
go.
Hot
Venison is gamey, dude.
Hot moose sounds like a sex act.
It does.
Sounds
What
like
would it be,
defecation
though?
of some
Steaming
sort.
moose.
Like a WWE move or something.
Hot moose.
It's the hot moose. What do you do?
Oh, I don't even want to think about it. Let's talk about
It would
something
be like
else.
Rocky and Bullwinkle.
But yeah, I mean, I haven't been sick. I've been taking care of her all week and stuff.
Have
and
you
like,
been like vitamin C
Immunizing?
up and
nothing
Give
more
it
like I
enough
have like
vitamin
my
D in your
my own
life?
like supplements and stuff I take, but nothing's necessarily for immunity. But like I made her like bone broth, like soup. I made like
Nice.
soup from scratch.
did
That
you
actually
harvest
made
the
her feel
bones
better.
yourself?
I did. I
non-GMO?
moose bones,
The non-GMO.
moose
Moose
bones,
bones?
non-GMO moose
You
bones.
stick a little box of ivermectin falling out of Josh's pants. He's like, don't look at that. That's nothing. That's nothing.
ivermectin
Josh,
soup.
I feel like I could lift the house.
It's. Oh my god. Is she feeling better?
Yeah. She's still got a bit of a fever. Like I don't know. Is anything above like what's okay?
Like
so
96.8.
no, that's it's 98.
98.6.
I think if you go below, that's probably worse than going above, huh? Or no?
I thought regular was like 96.
98.
Your numbers are just flipped.
86.
69?
No, 98.6.
That's regular?
That's regular.
Well, what's 96?
Not regular.
I'm never regular then.
I don't think you're 96 degrees.
You're the B of 98 degrees.
It's the little Vegas act of 98 degrees.
Why'd you motion towards your crotch when you said it's a
I
little
did.
Vegas
I
act? You went like that.
Schnick Lachey.
Schlick Nashay.
No, you're snack lachey.
Snack Lachey. Dang. I would be Snack Lachey.
So wait, she had like anything above that is a fever technically.
99
Technical.
above, I think is.
Okay, so
Yeah.
she said it got to like 99 again today or something. So
But that also could just be like you're breathing hot and heavy. I don't know. 99.
I would say she has
I-
been breathing hot and heavy.
I mean, can
no
she,
fault of
does
my
she have
own.
the nose like clog, like sore throat stuff?
A little bit of like the little cough, a little, but I think the fever is like a lot better. It was like 102 on like
Damn.
last
Still got a little bit
Friday
of
or
acidic
something
in
like
there.
that. Yeah, well, or something.
I
Or no,
will-
not Friday. Yeah.
I won't deny it that when you told me that, part of me was kind of hoping like I wouldn't mind coming down with COVID.
You get a little time off of
Schemer.
work.
Not a schemer, opportunist. I feel like you would appreciate that.
I don't mind it.
It's not
but
against the law.
I didn't even realize when you said that when she had COVID, I was like, why? I don't care. I hope she gets better. Though. Why are you telling me she has COVID?
I don't know.
Then
I'm
like
just doing
3
my
days
due
later, I
diligence.
was like, dang, Josh was looking out because we were around.
We were hanging out.
Yeah, that's
we
why I
were
told
laughing
you. It's
across
not
the
like I was
street.
like,
I
just
know,
let-
but I'm like, so like, I don't even, not saying that it's not real or anything, but I'm just like, it is what it is thing. I'm just like, okay, well, I hope she gets better.
I want to know about your week, and I want to ask you also. Tell me about those gas prices around you.
Bruh, I paid like almost $7 a gallon.
holy
out.
shit! I thought it was cheaper over there.
You would think.
That's what you would.
And I mean, I did get it at Chevron because I only use that, but
I mean, that's
it's
what's
good.
like down the street.
it's good for the
But it's been
gut.
like
It's good for
6
the-
months.
It's
yeah.
like kombucha for cars.
basic.
Yeah, oh, because
Clears
it's got
out the-
Techron.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it's good
Shout
for
out
gut health.
Techron.
Mm-hmm.
Cargo.
Those prebiotics for your car.
The probiotics
The
for your
probiotic.
engine, yeah, which is just Techron. No, week's been good. I finally figured out when I have to leave my job. So now I was trying to figure out how to stay there to get a severance while I have something else lined up.
What? Because before it was November, right?
Yeah, but I was like
What is-
telling you guys, it just kept on prolonging and prolonging. So now it's like February 1st.
That's quite a I mean, you don't want to stay there for longer.
That's a nice
but,
window, though,
that's-
giving you.
That's
That's a good
exactly.
perfect time.
That's what my boss told me. He's not a mean guy.
That's cool.
Nice guy, fun guy.
He's a fun
You're a
guy.
fun guy. Hey, I'm a fun
No,
guy.
yeah, but the week's been cool. Just actually been getting back in the swing of things. Tried to get caught up with everything for the pod. Trying to get back into making music.
Yeah, you made a lot of clips that one day.
Few, but I need to do more. But it is what it is. Got to walk before I can. Got to crawl before I can walk.
No, you got to walk and then you crawl.
Yeah, you need to be like a Bambi. You just need to come out walking.
With the little brittle
Christopher
legs.
Walken,
Christopher
Yeah.
Walken.
Bambi walking.
Jeez.
But yeah, anything else? Anything exciting?
Oh yeah, I met this dude. It led me to think. I met this dude. He's a musician, so we kind of vibed on that. He's like a producer, but he's like more of a classical pianist.
Ooh, nice.
Mhm.
You can vibe like that for sure.
Yeah, and like it just made me remember that like not everyone's the same, and I should be lucky that I know the people I do know, because I've never encountered such a real misogynist.
I did not
Really?
see that coming.
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming.
Bruh, like it's so hard to even watch his content. It's like so cringy. Like it's just him going out like and just like hitting on women
But like bad.
Like,
bad, and then every picture is him with a different chick being like just saying it's somewhat funny, but then at the same time like I didn't know people like this really existed.
They're
You just
out
found
here.
out about Andrew Tate? Is that what you?
He doesn't really exist like that, dude. He's a normal dude. He's got kids and stuff. He's a dad.
Oh, the guy, not Andrew Tate.
No, Andrew Tate.
Oh, okay. Well, what about the guy?
The guy is a regular dude. The guy is what Andrew Tate portrays as his shtick. Andrew Tate's a normal person.
you think he's a normal person?
Definitely.
So you think he got arrested for?
Being a normal person?
Yeah.
No, I think it's like I think in his case, honestly, not like all conspiracies and stuff like that, but just he had just kind of talked too much shit about his people's government, so they were just like, "Well, we caught you finally." It's not going to stick though. Just like he hasn't been convicted of anything,
Yeah.
even over there. He's home.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, they're not going to be able. It's like they're not going to be able to convict him because I don't think he was necessarily doing anything wrong. I think he's a good. He's like a good Rodney. He's like a Rodney King. He's a good salesperson. I don't think he's actually doing what he's selling.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Do you think you give people too much like?
You think he's
leeway?
doing what he's selling?
I think
If
so.
you're
'Cause he seems
selling
like
it,
he's
you're
kind of
doing
like,
it.
Nah.
I mean, that's kind of part of the snare. You
if
can't.
it walks like a duck and talks like a duck.
If you're selling something
What
and
cult
you're
leader does what they tell the cult members to do? They don't, because they're always a divine one. They're always the one that get to kind of.
yeah, but Charles Manson was still a bad person.
Granted, but he was also the one
He
that
only killed one
could
guy.
do different things within. It's like every cult. The leaders and stuff, they're allowed to do what they want to do because the divinity has spoken to them, and they're the vehicle for the other people. And that's why I feel like Andrew
But
Tate is. I don't think he's really out here.
Wait, you're calling him divine?
I feel like this
No,
is
no,
kind
no, no,
of this
no.
is kind of tying back
I
to
don't
like
think,
last
I don't
week's.
think he's really out there like pimping females and stuff like that. He's too much of an actual beta male. In reality,
I feel like the
you
story.
think he's like an alpha male? You think that's real stuff he's doing?
no, but
He could have an OnlyFans. That's a legitimate job.
no, but all I'm saying is like your actions. Even
But
if
what were his actions? That's what I'm asking. What has he done?
his portrayal, what I'm saying is like your portrayals are actions, and those have consequences or effects, and like you can't. Even if he behind closed doors doesn't act like that, it still doesn't take away from the fact that he's having a negative effect by portraying this.
I'm not saying he wasn't having a negative. I'm saying him personally. It's like Bob Marley. He was out there speaking for peace and stuff and advocating love and change and stuff like that while he was womanizing and beating women. It's factual.
Well, he was.
No, but this is factual.
Didn't he have?
This is factual.
Well, because it's also
Yeah.
I believe in like I could be wrong, but Rastafarian culture that's polygamy and stuff, right?
polygamy is okay in some sectors.
Isn't that kind of
yeah.
reverse though?
Mm.
Honestly, isn't that like you're showing and you're speaking out
I think
good,
no,
and then like
that's what I'm
behind
saying.
the-
They're the same, but just two different flips of the coin. I don't think he's.
that's
really,
a crazy statement.
I don't think he's really doing what he. I don't think he has all the capabilities of doing what he says he can do.
Just for the record, you said that Tate and Marley are the same person. They're
In
basically the same
essence.
person.
To
In
quote
essence.
to quote you last week,
Not as like their actions.
Trey.
are.
That's a crazy ass statement. Do you know what you're saying right now?
I do, and let me clarify.
Did I say that last
Actions-
week?
No, he said that to me. He
Their
said Josh.
outwardly actions,
Oh,
I
he did
feel,
say
make
that.
them similar because I feel like their outwardly actions don't reflect what they actually do.
Well, can't you say that about Greta Thunberg too,
Of course, I did try to argue that,
or The Rock and Oprah?
but that's what I'm saying. I just don't think.
Oh,
I just
good
don't-
point. Wait,
I just don't think that she is like, or he's a woman, like, or he may be a womanizer. He may
He's
be all
definitely
that.
a womanizer.
But I just don't think he does everything he tells men to do to women to acquire women.
probably not.
probably
That's
not
what I'm
everything,
saying.
but I think he's definitely done it in some capacity before. But actually, sorry. Get back to you in a second. But
yeah. I remember.
What makes this guy? You said the other guy you ran into, the non-Tate fellow.
what
What
makes
makes him more misogynist than you? I mean, like you see some. There's a lot of misogynist people out in the world. So, like, what
Because
makes this guy more misogynist or stand out to you?
Tate to me was actually, as weird as it sounds, trying to help dudes that had low self-esteem.
By putting down other people.
You could look at it any other way you want to, but you can look at it from that scope.
You could think that he's actually trying to.
And I feel like that's
I
the
don't
scope
take
that
that.
I understand that, but I feel that that's the scope that he was looking at it at.
Do you look at it like that since you're taking his stance?
I mean,
Like,
in
you're
a
kinda, like, standing
sense,
up
yeah,
for him
in a
right now.
sense, I feel like he's talking to dudes that one don't get girls or had bad luck with acquiring female. Because it's just like a Kevin Samuels. Have you heard of that guy before he passed away? The
No.
black dude that would be.
yeah.
It's the same characters, the same shtick. You're telling, but Kevin Samuels was talking to black women instead of men. He was telling black women who had attained a level of stature that you're gonna have to dumb yourself down or your what you want because there ain't a lot of men in your category no more. You've gone to the stratosphere, and now that the fact you're over 40, you know,
Well,
you can't
but
be-
he's telling it from like this like
they're saying
very
the same. It's the same thing.
yeah,
It's a harsh reality of life.
Well, it's like still I think it's pushing misogyny in different
Andrew
forms.
Tate just tells dudes to work out, make more money, you get more girls.
But then he's like
Kevin
no,
Samuels was telling
but
me,
he's telling him about
he doesn't-
manipulating people
Yeah, he
as
doesn't
well.
say just that. You're kind of dumbing it down.
well, that's what at the core of what he is trying to say.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. Like this other guy who you said you just
Kevin
think
Samuels was saying the same thing.
no,
but
I'm
to,
no,
to
not
black
like,
women.
No, in the
what
beginning,
was
the
he-
other guy.
oh,
What's this other guy you said is the
He
most
literally
biggest?
just goes out there and it's just like there would be no. I guess it's just the
No
look at me.
riz.
No, it's the look at me. It's not like he's trying to be like educational in any way. Like Andrew Tate could actually crutch off of that. Like, oh, I'm trying to help dudes. He's out there just filming females without them knowing, and then like trying to spit game at them. 50 stories of this every day.
So Mans is Marv.
Man's is Marv.
It's pretty Marv.
Okay,
Bro, is that not Marv?
like God's gift, to
bruh,
women
and then
type of
every
thing.
other picture is like him with a different bitch, like somewhere.
Is he like an attractive looking guy, or is he? What's he look like?
I mean, I don't know. He's a dude with dreads, black dude with dreads, tall.
How old is he? No, I mean,
I like 33.
Okay.
So he's getting all of them,
yeah.
young, old, and it's just like that's dope. But then you're just like, dude, this is crazy because then he'll be posting conversations that like that went wrong with. I'm like, dude, you are kind of fucked up. You are kind of fucked up, dude, and you are putting them on blast to the whole internet, like.
So
Yeah.
this is they're being posted without consent and stuff like that. Okay.
And he's not big enough for anyone to give a shit. He'll get flagged and he's taken off for a week and he's right back.
So this
at
guy's also the
Yeah.
classical pianist guy.
yes, that's the same dude, and that's how he gets them because he'll be at Guitar Center playing the piano.
Wow.
filming. Those are clips. It's bad, dude. Like it's a good trap. I give it to him,
Wow.
but
Man.
it's crazy.
Your ability to separate what people do and who they are is
I know, and that's
Impressive.
a problem. I feel like everyone should be able to.
Separating
that's my problem.
separating
though.
the art
my
from the
problem.
artist? Is
That's
that what
my
you're saying?
problem. Yes, that's my problem.
Yeah,
I just
come-
want to take it back. I have to retract some statements from last week. Retract my statement about Oprah and The Rock.
no.
Yeah, Oprah called me up and she let me know that they actually they gave $10 million of donations at the beginning before they asked for money, they'd already given 10 million. So yeah, I think that's
So you got me all riled up on a
could they
fake
get
debate.
could
You got
they
me
give
all
more?
riled up on a fake debate.
It happens. Could they give more? Yeah, but I think that like is a crazy statement to like get mad at them, because I guess, like I said, I was telling you earlier, like somebody got upset because Oprah hired a security for her like Maui house so no one would steal stuff. I'm like, if she just gave 10 million, I think she's allowed to have a security spot at her house. I don't
No,
know.
Sean, you're not allowed to do anything without
know.
the people's consent nowadays.
All I gotta do, all I'm cleaning up is the fact that I said they didn't give any money, and they did, and it was 10 million. So
So why were people upset?
maybe they wanted more.
I realized until afterwards. I feel like I did not. It was just you two in that whole thing. I didn't even like say anything that whole time.
Yeah, yeah. I think that we were there.
Rare.
Then
It was rare. So Greedy could have applied.
yeah, or
Teach these
half
levels.
empty. Maybe it's kind of like you're not seeing, like, I don't know.
What's the word?
I don't know what a person expects another person to give.
Opportunistic.
Maybe.
One could say that, I suppose.
I get what I think that they probably this is total assumption, but the video that I watched that kind of was putting all the info together, it alluded to like the idea that like they can give more, which is true. They can give more, but to your point is like, if everyone always gives more, they won't have anything. So, like
we all could give more.
Can't fill other people's cup up when you're
Yeah.
you're
Well,
already
Yours
empty.
is empty. I love
Yeah.
that meme or whatever, because it was so good. He had 4 cups. It was family, career, friends, and me, right? So he had half the me cup full. And then he's like, well, if you want to, put a little bit into your career, okay. You want to put a little bit into your friends, okay. And then your family, his cup was empty. It's like, that's why you feel like this. Then he filled up the cup again. He's like, but if you're overflowing to begin with, give your friends a little more. Give your family a little more. Give the career a little more. He's like, and look at the cup. I can still drink out of it.
I mean, that's true. Yeah,
It is.
It'd be easy to say that she could. I mean, I guess she's a billionaire, and I think maybe
Yeah.
someone said like that she could give $1 billion. It's like, yeah, but like,
Of course she could.
There's like, we were talking a week or two ago. It was about how New Orleans is still destroyed from Katrina. Money could still go there. Clearly,
Flint still don't got
Yeah,
water.
Flint-
still.
I mean, I'm thinking any single place that's had a massive like
Still are messed up.
they're still messed up. Like I don't know necessarily like what happens after tornadoes destroy like houses in the Midwest, but every time as a kid when I look at it, I'm like, yo, there's a huge at least space where like people aren't living in houses.
Well, it's like
I don't know where they're.
I guess it has to do with insurance a little bit, but like
Depending
with
on,
like
yeah.
wildfires, like who is it? Like certain like Allstate or something like that. They don't do home insurance in California anymore because of like wildfires
Yeah.
and like
well,
it's so
insurance
frequent.
is just a scam that's actually been going crazy right now recently.
They're getting screwed now.
That's what's going on.
Yeah, which is pretty crazy.
I mean, well, they've kind of been screwing other people, so
That's
they can
what-
get
But they've been
screwed
screwing
too.
other people forever. I'm okay with them getting screwed, but now because their business models never put in the fact of like natural disasters happening so much, so their business model doesn't work when they have to pay out.
But a lot of home insurance too, they would make a premium if you're like, say for California, like if you want earthquake or it's a premium to get that. You can get flood fucking insurance out here for dirt cheap.
Yeah, well, that's what's crazy is
So like,
now
when the fuck is it gonna flood?
now they're changing.
I mean,
I think they're changing
put it
the way they
past
write
us.
things because now it's just going to be open for natural disasters because now like there's been tornadoes in LA and like and stuff like that. Like
Yeah, and when it's a natural disaster, if you have insurance, they got to cover it.
I thought hurricane season was over, man.
it's never over. Clearly, yeah. Actually, I don't. I mean, those hurricanes all turned to. It's funny, like how many little videos I saw where people were like, "These hurricanes are man-made." They're like
What, a
the
laser made tornado? or
history,
something?
like
Laser
the
NATO.
the theys are like controlling the the big whatever.
I believe all that
shadow
to
government.
to an extent.
Well, I will say that I think Sharknado is an artificial creation. I don't think that's natural
No,
at all.
I definitely believe we put stuff into the air that can either retain or constrict moisture. For
I don't.
sure.
I like maybe
Like
maybe
aluminum.
not,
Chemtrails?
but like I guess
Yeah,
my
that's
point
a
is
fact.
like
That's a
whether
reality.
that's true or not, it doesn't change the point that like your life is still your life. Like I don't know, people get so held up on like
Bon Jovi.
people get it's my life. No, people get so held up on the idea that they're like, oh, they're doing all this shit to you. I'm like, it doesn't change the fact that if like you're a terrible like partner, you're still a terrible partner. If you are like have alcohol,
Beyond the point, Sean.
that's the
beyond the
problem.
point.
That is the problem.
Who cares what
Yeah.
I do?
Yeah, that's
I'm for the people.
You're not
I'm for people.
select.
Didn't specify which
Didn't.
people, but
He just said, I'm for people.
I'm for people.
Are you are you for
I didn't say all the people.
are you for RoboCups?
Explain to me.
Are you for robots?
oh, how do you feel about robots? Like all the
Yeah.
robots coming out. Like, I don't know if do they have an IE where it's like a little delivery robot?
No, we're not developed. We don't even have fountain drinks out there, Josh.
Because we weren't born.
Fountain drinks.
Fountain drinks?
You mean like a giant fountain and it's filled with soda?
We
right?
just got a McDonald's. No, yeah. Dude, I don't know, man. Because obviously we know what happens when we go too far with robots, right?
Skynet.
Yeah. So I mean, in theory, yeah, I want people that have lost limbs to regain
Cyborgs.
mobility. You're being mean to call them cyborgs. When technically, yes, they are, but I feel like we should have a better word for that in 2023, guys.
Well,
I'd
it's
be
like
okay with being
cybernetic and
cyborg.
organics. Like it's just like it's a
Cyborg. I'd be okay with being a cyborg.
Mm.
Wouldn't bother me.
Well, because like
But you're
they're
not a
doing
cyborg.
they're doing the
No,
what
I'm
is it
probably
the
the closest
rollouts.
thing to a cyborg, though. We all are at this point with phones. Like you're basically the closest thing to it.
I'm down for robots up until I'm down for 20 years of robots because I feel like that's
from starting now.
20 years.
whenever we get them.
That sounds
to
like
20 years.
I
'Cause I feel like in the 20 years we have them, they're gonna take us.
I
over.
fully praise our future overlords. 20 years of robots forever.
It's gonna be
but,
bad, dude. You saw all those cars piling
That's
up.
what I was going to ask you about the
All the
Austin.
autonomous cars.
The Austin.
It was like that was like 30 cars.
And it
Dude,
was
there's
all
more.
this. It was
It was-
all that
it
one
was-
company, and
yeah.
they're just
company.
all.
yeah, all there. I think it was more than 30. Was it only 30?
Do you think it was like?
I'm just guessing because
Do
it
you
was
think
a
it was
lot.
just
of
like a GPS error, and they all because like
They all
nobody
were
there was
going- yeah.
nobody
Well,
in there.
there's two. Like there was two cars that like turned at the same time, and then that's what started the whole thing. They wouldn't back up. Like they wouldn't move.
Well, but then the other cars just like
Kept
but
on
it was
going
like,
in
wait,
line.
Where I was like, is this near their headquarters or something?
I'm just
Is it
saying,
just
how
like, what
often do
happened?
you lose service on your cell phone?
Yeah.
Almost never.
I mean, actually, almost never these days.
Talking, right?
Yeah,
But there's places where your service is spotty, right?
yeah.
Spotty
Okay, so just imagine being a cyborg and having spotty service somewhere.
Well, but it doesn't necessarily mean you're. I mean, like there are
They're on a different but yeah,
uplink and
but still,
stuff,
I
but
guess so.
like
What kind of link is it? It's still like
I'm just guessing that they have a smaller network that's being borrowed. Like they have like a satellite, but it's probably like less connectors on the.
so
satellite.
every cyborg has to have their own satellite.
No, but that's like a like
analytics or something like
I
that.
don't know.
I just feel like I don't know, man. I'm down for it because I love progression, but also it's just like I guess I'm saying I'm down for our demise.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, AI and robots, there is a some point of demise, some sort of thing that would be like.
Yeah, but if it's not ultimate, it's just expediting.
Well, you've seen, but I mean, I
That's
was
your point,
talking
though,
about the
If it's not
the
ultimate
subway.
destruction of humans, it's expediting or it's getting ourselves a lot closer to it.
Well,
with
but
this
I
new
think
step.
there's like, well, didn't you say like extinction is the endpoint, whether it's
It's
natural
inevitable.
or
yeah.
human?
I mean, I would think it's
human-made anyway.
inevitable. I couldn't imagine everything going on infinitely.
Well, I mean, I honestly, because this was just talking about the subway robot that they're using in New York to like police the subway. I think that
stadium
is
has
like,
that too.
I think it's stupid. I don't think it's doing anything. If like actual cops are ineffective in the subway, what would like a robot do?
They
Is
could
it
just
the
shoot.
dogs or is it like
It's the dogs.
It's the dogs.
Mhm.
The
They
ones
have it
that
at
all
a.
fours?
I think the
No, it's just like
Atlanta-
you've seen like there's
I don't know if I've seen
security.
this one.
They're just like they look like a giant like
Oh, it's
metal
not the dog.
No, it's just like a giant metal dildo, but they're like they're like
It's like
5
just
feet
moving?
tall. No, they're stupid
Stationary?
looking, and they're just like they
me
can
look-
go up to 3 hours on a
Let
charge.
me look it up.
Because I seen the dog. Because I think the Mercedes-Benz Stadium has the dog, and it patrols like.
No,
6
those are
acres.
scary.
Those things are gnarly.
I would.
It's got the dog.
Those are
yeah.
definitely.
It's got
That's
Dog
like
the
some
Bounty
Black
Hunter.
Black Mirror type shit. But
it does look silly.
yeah.
It looks like, what does it look like?
Let me show
wacky
you.
waving.
Nah, this has got to be a better picture.
It looks like
So-
something from Doctor Who. Honestly,
I never saw Doctor Who. What is that?
That's
An
it.
egg?
Robo dildo.
Yeah,
How am I supposed to be afraid of
egg.
that thing?
Yeah, that's what I
I
saw.
feel like I could
Picture.
tip that thing over.
They say all it is like it doesn't. It has to charge every 3 hours or so,
What can
and
it
then
do, though?
it just says like if it's like during like off hours or if there's an area closed, it'll just police it and be like get out.
Can it
of-
only surveil? It can't.
Yeah, there's no facial recognition software in it, but it can like detect things.
There's no facial recognition.
Well, like
software.
it
It
or
sees the color.
maybe it's not in a in
It's
it's
black
not
and
in
white.
a
That's a better picture of it.
yeah.
No, but I'm saying,
I guess
like,
it's
what
more
can it
it's
do?
more
Like,
of a,
can it apprehend? Can
no,
it
it can't
shoot?
do anything.
It just it shows.
It monitors.
Got it.
It's got 4
So it's got
cameras.
cameras, 360.
It definitely has facial.
No, like, but it. Well, that's what they say. But you know, believe
Like,
the
what do
government.
we need that for?
No, that's what I'm saying. Well, because it's low operating cost, they say it's altogether it's about $9 an hour.
But what's it gonna do?
That's
It's
what I'm
gotta
saying.
alert
No, that's what I'm
somebody.
saying. If like the police are ineffective and they keep hiring more and more cops for the subway to prevent
So they just
crime,
hired a thing to tell the cops that something's going on now, right?
basically,
So,
it sounds like the cops aren't doing their job or something.
but having another buffer ain't gonna do nothing.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's ineffective. It's just like it's another waste. It's
It's a waste. It's a waste.
It'll last like 6 months
That's a
and then
waste.
it's done.
I'm down for people, like I said, regain mobility. I'm down for that wave of AI, and then that's going to take us over.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because of like what they're doing human testing on Neuralink.
Neuralink,
now?
yeah, they
So-
started the human testing opening. I still want to know what I haven't read enough about it, but like what killed the monkeys? Because the monkeys that had Neuralink, I think like a lot of them died.
It was the Neuralink, dude.
I know, but like I don't know. But was it? But I didn't read if it was. I haven't seen it.
Like why they died?
yeah, was it like cerebral
I bet it was,
damage,
like, some sort
or
of
was it like they
psychosis.
went monkey crazy?
It probably
and, like,
fucked up their like their ability to regulate their mood or maybe pain. Like it would just like because
right.
they can't like communicate. They can like have a hookup to the brain to see which like if a pain receptor is firing off, but like they can't tell.
Like what if it's The Happening? Mark Wahlberg.
I didn't see that.
But-
Wasn't it trees?
Yeah, the trees.
Spoiler alert
the-
to a
the-
movie I've never seen.
The trees make you commit suicide, but this is now like the chip in your head makes you commit suicide.
What
But
was
that's what
Bird
I'm saying.
Box?
That's what it's going to get to.
Bird
where
Box
they
was
could
the one you
just-
can't see the thing, or else you like.
Die.
I think you
gotta
commit
go-
suicide.
Yeah, you do.
I
Yeah,
don't know. I didn't see that one either.
that one was good.
It was interesting.
I like Sandra Bullock.
Yeah,
She's
shout
good
out
looking.
Sandy B.
She is
I
very
like her
good
in
looking.
Speed.
Ooh,
good.
good.
Classic. Did you ever
And
see
Miss
Gravity?
Congeniality.
Yeah, Miss Congeniality. Gravity was great.
I love Gravity.
That movie was amazing.
That I never saw, it, but the trailer made me all sorts
You
of
never
anxious.
saw
you never
Gravity?
saw Gravity?
I saw that in theater.
I just saw Interstellar, guys. Give me a break.
What did
you had to
watch?
see Gravity in theater.
That's my genres.
That-
That's the movies I only watch.
Space
movies.
Yeah.
Science fiction.
Yeah, science fiction.
Space
sci-fi.
movies with good-looking actors.
Hey, that's just it happens.
Wait, did you see 65 Million Years with like Adam Driver?
Nah.
That's a
that's-
fucking terrible movie.
That's not me. I did see 10,000 BC.
Oh, I forgot about that movie.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Apocalypto. Did you see that?
Saw that. Terrible.
That one was a Mel Gibson movie.
Melly Gibb
Melly.
Was that pre or post?
Pre.
but I think it was like it was
Around the same
doing some stuff.
Around
happening.
the same
Some
time.
stuff was happening. Did
Yeah.
you see Lost in Space? That one from the 90s or 2000s?
The original? Or the
Not
second
the-
one? The one with the dude from Friends?
Yeah,
Yeah. Of
I thought that was kind of cool.
It was dope. It was dope.
You
Yeah, I
see
love all
Galaxy
those
Quest
Ooh, that's
Galaxy Quest.
one of my
with
favorites.
with
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen.
Oh,
Coke machine.
yeah, I did. see that. That's when he was the only one who made it, and then they were all doing like conventions, and they were
Yeah,
doing,
yeah.
I did see
Mhm.
that. But then they
Kevin
really
Hart
went to space.
That's what Kevin Hart's one of his first movies.
No
It
way.
Well, maybe not one of his
He's
first,
in
but
it?
like that's like an early role. Yeah, I think he was named Tommy in that.
What?
Dang.
Had
Yeah, I love those. That's like I
Alan
could
Rickman.
watch those kind of
It
movies.
did have
all
Alan
day.
Rickman.
Was that Sigourney Weaver in it?
Yeah.
She was.
Oh, she was the
She
blonde
looked
hair
banging.
lady. Yeah.
She's kind of hot in it. Not gonna lie. I was
I wouldn't
in-
say all that, but she looked like an older white lady.
Well, she did,
well done.
but I find older women attractive. So I mean,
Yeah, to each his own, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's Not stopping anyone from eating chocolate ice cream. Just saying it's gross.
You don't like chocolate ice cream? I mean, I'm not a big fan either, but
What's your favorite ice cream?
Vanilla.
so funny.
Oh, no, it would be like butter pecan or pecan praline.
How did you say butter pecan? Then you said pecan.
Is pecan praline even a real thing?
Because my mom's from Georgia, I be saying different
So
things.
you're code switching.
I be code switching. Yeah, I be like, yeah, I do.
I got butter pecan in the freezer right now. That shit's so good.
loud,
Oh well,
dude.
yeah. You're a big pecan guy or pecan.
Yeah,
You're a pecan guy.
Pecan or pecan, whatever. Yeah, my mom be saying pecan.
Pecan pie. Oh, it's the best.
I say pecan.
Real quick before we go off the topic, like the facial recognition stuff like that, even though they say that they're not doing it.
They're totally doing it.
One of the airports in China is going to be one of the first non-passport airports.
How does that
Have
work?
you read about that?
Because they do implant in the.
All it's gonna be
Biometrics.
biometric scanning.
But
What if I
also,
don't have the chip.
well, you're gonna get it if you want to travel.
I guess that's.
But also, no, they're doing biometric like hand stuff for like entering certain like public arenas and stuff like in the States already.
in the States,
They're trying to do that.
What's
Oh, like I think
what's the
hand
just your print?
palm print,
To do what?
like
Damn.
identification and everything.
That's
Probably
like,
link it up to your payments and stuff.
that's crazy.
Identity verification, but also like I think it's Amazon who's like also a big proponent of that shit.
Of biometric scanning.
Mm-hmm.
For what would Amazon do it for? Do you know?
Amazon, like the grocery stores, you know, like I think
Oh.
they I don't know if I don't think they do it right now, but I
just
think they
you
want
put
to.
this stuff in the cart and walk out.
I do that
I've
anyway,
seen.
but but not at
Yeah, but not Josh's way.
I think
Yeah.
but I'm a big proponent of doing it my way.
I believe you would.
So
be.
like yeah, they generally just like everything goes in there and you can walk out and it
That's how it
scans.
is at some of them already.
Have you seen the ones where you do walk up and you put them on the tray and the tray takes the photo of everything and scans
There's
you?
some of them though. The second that thing crosses the basket, you get charged.
Yeah,
for it.
it's like the
Wow.
cart is like a
So at that point, going
reader
back
of
to what we were
something.
talking about last week with how we don't go off the gold standard anymore, and there's like, I think it was something small, like it's only like 3 trillion is like
Yeah,
backed
a
in the
minuscule
States,
amount.
very small amounts. Like like
We all have
if
that.
all of a sudden something happened and everyone to go pull money out, you'd
be gone.
most likely be screwed. You wouldn't get anything.
all the rich people would have it anyway.
Yeah,
that's no
but-
surprise.
Yeah, they probably got enough to cover. Whatever.
Do you think that at that point with the biometric scanner, like the money is completely obsolete and it's just like a give and take of this?
I think money already is obsolete. To be honest, when they invented credit,
Yeah, but credit's been around for a while. Like it's
but
credit's
in
not
the way
new.
that we use it.
Yeah.
That
Oh
commercial I
yeah,
sent
with
you
like
guys.
tap to pay
Huh?
and stuff like that.
Did I send you guys the commercial from the Burger King in the 80s?
No.
It was a
Oh,
Burger
when
King-
they just started accepting
they
credit
started
cards.
accepting
I must have
credit
missed it.
card. And people are like, I can't believe anyone would use a credit card to get a $3 hamburger. But then
Oh, because credit cards back then were for big purchases,
Yeah.
like
Bigger, and they were
appliance
kind
or
of
some
new.
shit.
Yeah.
So people were like, I don't see this lasting very long. Like we use cash.
Yeah.
Or checks.
That was in the checks.
My God.
That was in the 80s.
You
Look where
imagine
we are
writing
now.
a check for a McDonald's burger?
Well,
That
I
in the
was-
80s,
I
though.
was,
like, 40
yeah.
years later, now we.
Yeah, we don't.
Well, in the 2000s when I was working retail,
I like
we
cash.
still had to do that check thing where
Of
you
course,
fucking
they want you to use
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
but
Oh,
it's-
yeah.
crazy.
The
Like,
check
those-
thing.
I remember at Sports Chalet when our systems would go down.
Yeah, you have to-
And that's like basically you're just trusting somebody.
Yeah, you're like, okay, you have this money in your account, right? And then it's not
That's like-
verified until like a week later.
if that.
Yeah, and if you don't, oh,
Oh,
Damn.
I would always think that I'm like, this is the easiest scam because my mind's always thinking like that. When I worked there, I was like, so you're telling me when the power goes out, people could just come in here and give us fake checks and we would never
remember when
know.
they get the scanners still?
Go around, yeah. Like you would never know because all we would do was write their ID information.
Yeah,
on
their
the
driver's license.
check.
Yeah.
You just have like
Yeah.
a fake driver's license, everything.
Bruh. Those were the days. I wish I was scheming out there.
Yeah, I wish you would have entered a life of crime at an early age.
motherfucker.
Oh, kind of on the thing. I think you were saying that Uber Eats now accepts
They're going to be
EBT,
taking EBT, yeah.
food stamps.
Food stamps
That's
and
tight.
EBT. I mean, it is. I see the benefit in it.
I mean, I don't see like 'cause
Might
it's,
as well,
it's basically
it's there.
money.
It's the
So
same.
even though money's useless,
But
like, it's the same
then
thing.
it really
Although the
shouldn't,
food
though.
stamps usually are
It's supposed to be
limited
for
to certain
nutritious
things.
foods.
Well,
which
but
is why
like-
I would say
Yeah,
it's
At
not-
the same time, is it really
Ain't
that
no food is nutritious.
worse
That's what I'm
than
saying
like
is
what you're
cool.
in the? Unless you're going like scratch
You
ingredients.
said no food?
no food that they sell is nutritious. It may have more nutritional value than some other foods, but it still lacks the nutritional value that it could have.
Well, that's a broad brush.
I would just
You could
believe
say that
that
about
to be
anything.
fact.
I mean, like a salad, like that's pretty much maximum nutrition from those ingredients. Like you can get.
what we can get. But I'm saying if there was no Monsanto and we didn't GMO seeds, there would be more nutritional value in the lettuce and the tomatoes and that stuff.
Do you think so?
I truly believe so.
I mean, there's
truly
definitely more
believe so.
flavor.
I would believe nutritional. Like it would be better for us. We wouldn't be dying. Of
Well,
all
yeah,
these
but in a
diseases.
perfect world, I think it's not even like necessarily GMO stuff. I think it's more like we're getting ultra processed foods. I
Yeah.
think if
That's
we
the
were all
same
fed,
thing. That's what
no,
you-
not necessarily. It's GMO is just genetically modified, so it could be like
That's
it could
processed.
doesn't necessarily need. No, I'm talking about
Process doesn't mean GMO though.
like yeah,
It doesn't, but I'm saying it does because GMO is a process.
yes, it is a process.
It's
so
a
it's
process.
chopping up a
Wait,
tomato is a process. So
GMO
it's technically
something is
processed.
a
It
process.
doesn't, but I'm saying it does.
Because to GMO something, it's a process.
No, you're not
Well,
genetically
to grow
modifying.
something from organic thing is a process too. Everything is
course.
If I
processed.
process something, I'm not genetically modifying it by, like,
Why not?
Because you're not changing the genetics of the actual thing. You're
You're
changing.
processing it though. So canned foods, or if you can something, it's different than when it started. That's a process.
Everything is
It's
a process,
changing
though,
its
by your
molecular structure, right?
Yeah,
by
but,
your,
but like if you go
It's
and you
processed.
grind up, if I just go right now and I grind up meat, that's processed meat. I don't have to
Yeah.
add anything to it. That doesn't.
That's
make-
additives.
No, I don't have to add anything to it. I can grind up meat.
Yeah,
and I
but
can
how
cook
long
it.
will it last? How
Yeah,
long will
but
it
like
stay
he's
out?
just saying, like
But
he's
what
just
I'm
saying at
just
a basic
saying,
thing.
I'm just saying, process doesn't mean anything. I can literally process meat. I could grind it up. and
Oh
I could
no, I
cook
get
it.
you, but that's what I'm saying. Our way of processing means to mess it up, though.
No, I mean, no.
I think you're thinking about
you're-
it
I
from-
think you're thinking about additives.
No, processed foods, it's messed up.
Well, because it has a lot of additives. Processed food is like if I cut
I get
if I
what you're
cut the
saying,
carrot,
yes,
it's a
you
process,
can do
but
a
yeah.
process of fooding, and it's not processed to what
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
but
saying.
you're
but
just
I'm
like-
saying the way we do process stuff means to mess it up.
Do
There
I
is
mean, I
no
think
other
you're just
thing.
saying like the way that the majority of people. Because if I go to a butchery, like a
What did that cow eat?
let's say that the cow eats all
lettuce.
yeah, all
Free range
greens
stuff, right?
Yeah.
So the cow only ate GMO'd grass, right?
No, let's say it's not.
How can it not be? You can't grow stuff that's not GMO'd, Sean. At least in America,
No,
Monsanto.
no, that's not necessarily true.
it is necessarily
Although
true.
no, because like I know that there's a whole thing
You
where
can't grow
they
crop from seed.
control.
You have to buy seed if you're selling to people.
Yeah, no, but like there, I know what you're saying, but they don't control everything. Like not all grass
you
is
could be
GMO.
all grass is GMO.
Well, like if you're going to it's all a non-native species. Yeah, so it's technically, but it's not all GMO.
What you can buy and put in your grass is GMO'd.
In that
We
it's
can't
like,
buy seeds that aren't genetically modified.
well, yeah, but like
bring seeds. Couldn't you?
You can't, and that's why they stopped producing fruits with and vegetables with seeds.
no, that's not necessarily true.
You're right; it's not necessarily true, but it's a byproduct of the truth.
How much of this do you really know, and how much of it is just like you
this
feel?
this is fact. This is all fact. I don't feel this. This is a fact. We like to think, oh, it's like
So
you know,
every
it's
single thing that's available to every single person in the United States is
genetically
GMO.
modified.
No, I think what you're referring to is like subsidized farming, and certain places you can only get seeds and certain crops from Monsanto or another, mostly Monsanto, not another corporation. But there's people there's like heirloom grains and stuff. They're
Which
not
I said,
GMO.
Yeah, you could be a mom and pop place. Okay, granted, you
Not
could be
necessarily like there's big companies,
not
there's
big
big money,
companies
there's
that are
big money.
selling-
No, I'm not talking corporations. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's not
A
it's
farm maybe,
it's,
but not big
It's not
business.
like super rare. It's very uncommon, but not everything is crazy.
It is though, because like I said, what is the animals eating? What are you feeding these
No,
animals?
like look, there's like free
What are they
range where they're
drinking?
not necessarily like
free
there's-
range. Okay, they're free ranging on GMO'd grass.
No, I'm saying like there's like still native grasses that that
Not out
animals
here.
graze on,
Not
and then
here.
they shit it out and stuff like.
How
they're
is that
not-
when we do?
Like you've driven up north. Not all those rolling hills. Not everything is all seeded by humans. There's natural grass there still. It's not necessarily.
So you actually feel like the soil on the earth is still good, and it's pure and
I'm not saying it's
tainted.
pure. It's like it's very tainted, but like there's still stuff that grows naturally.
So how
that
could it? If
how
it's coming
how-
from something tainted.
Well, how
could it be
how can
pure?
like millions of miles of, or not millions, but how could all this amount of land be seeded by humans? If it's hills, you can't get machines on there. to mass seed everything. You can't sow
Is
those
this the food
fields.
that's at grocery stores though?
No, I'm talking like you drive up north, you drive on the
Again, is this
grapevine,
the food at,
and there's
anything that's-
cows that are eating that, and they get sent to grocery stores and stuff. Yeah,
I don't think
What are those?
I don't think
Okay,
that
what are those
every
cows
single
eating?
yeah, but you're still assuming.
I'm asking you, what are they eating? There's no way that it could be natural grass.
I think we can fact check that. We can come back to that later.
He's trying to.
Well, I mean, I've already found a whole lot of things that say that there's a lot of that there's a lot of non-GMO. So I don't
Yes,
know if
genetically modified. Okay, there could be a lot of things that aren't genetically modified, but I'm saying with dropping stuff in our air on soils, acidic rain, stuff like that, there's no way you could grow anything that is not altered.
False. You also just said, like in an earlier podcast, the humans don't have. You don't think that they can make enough impact to alter the planet. You also said that, and now you're saying that we have made an ultimate, non-reversible impact.
We have.
Which one is it, Trey?
Where do oranges come from?
Trees.
Incorrect. It's a fake fruit. It's not real. We made it. We invented it.
Like
Not-
birds?
I'm just saying nothing we can eat is not already been messed up. That's all I'm saying. And I'm sticking to that. All the stuff we enjoy is either been modified, either been altered in some way for us to consume it.
Well, there's been like
Either
certain crops have been bred a certain way, which
That's
is
how they
modifying
lead
their
you to-
genetics. But it's like
that's why they started doing this. I didn't say they started to be bad, but I'm saying it is bad at this point. Yes, maybe when they started genetically modifying corn to be impervious to cold and grow during certain conditions when it wasn't natural. Yes, Josh, you're right. That does sound good to start out with, but we're not at that point now.
I mean, oranges are not all GMO, and we didn't create them. I think you're just saying the ones that you buy in a store.
yeah, like
Oranges are real?
all
We
all
didn't create
bananas,
orange?
all
Yeah,
bananas
oranges are real.
All bananas are one
oranges
breed
have
now.
been around for 7,000 years in India and China.
Is it tangerines then? It's one of the citrus.
Well, I mean, there's like
Well,
plum
yeah, those
plots
yeah,
and
like those
that's
other
all
ones.
those things are like
Tangelos and all the ones
mixed
but
together. Yeah,
can't
But
say-
it's not a natural mix, is what I'm saying.
but that's that's what we're
It's
saying.
just like Frenchies. Those weren't in existence until we did that.
well, dogs are
Another
are
thing that are
domesticated
man-made.
are a domesticated wolf. Yeah, but like
That's what I'm saying. There's
yeah, but
almost
you're
nothing
you're
we
saying oranges of all entirety are
I think
artificial
oranges
creation.
I think it is really artificially made
7,000 years, dude. How are they artificially made 7,000 years ago?
because they could do the same thing we're doing with genetic splicing, but not like
they
that.
could not. They can crossbreed
That's
things.
what I'm saying. That's genetic splicing, is it not?
But like that can happen naturally too.
But
Like
it's
I'm not talking about
less- It's less common for that to happen naturally.
I think that the orange thing is wrong. I think you're thinking bananas because bananas have been genetically modified because they're constantly attacked, and we've had to.
yeah. I think it's only
Corn,
like
everything-
Cavendish.
I
Well,
think
corn for sure.
oranges for sure. I think are fake.
It's not oranges.
Yeah, corn, bananas.
It's not oranges, and it's not tangerines.
It's one of the citrus, 100%.
Well, like
It's
we
the-
said though, like anything that you blend is like when they make like apple bananas or plum quats or things like that. Those are all
You're right. And I'm not
Fake.
necessarily
Have you
saying
had-
when you start out it's bad, but I'm saying at this point, everything we have has been tampered with. So there's almost no way, even if you're like, I'm a vegan, I eat the healthiest food. It's like, dude, you're eating the same stuff that someone else is eating. It may have a couple less chemicals. I'll give you that. But it's still chemicaled up.
I mean, I've had to do research for my job and stuff. There's totally like heirloom whatever that it is mostly inaccessible because it's so hard because it's like in certain conditions to be certified like organic grown and stuff. But there is like genetically modified stuff that's grown organic too. It's
That's
just when it's
most of our
certified organic,
organics.
it's less
It has less.
because the soil has been there's no new soil made, but yes, like things have been processed, but like to a certain extent these conditions are controlled, like there's no pesticides used or chemical pesticides. It's all natural in the soil and stuff. Like it's really stringent, but also at the same time people can be corrupt, so it can be
Well, that too, like you said, it's very unpractical for businesses to run like that.
to be because
on a
it's
big
it's
scale.
because of capital profits.
It's really hard.
Profit driven. Yeah,
it's very hard.
I think in like feudal.
You think we'll get like the Matrix? We'll just have goop.
I mean, we already have
already
like,
do.
don't you know?
But
What's
I mean,
it?
like,
Soylent.
it's only goop though.
You saw
I don't know.
Demolition Man, was it with where
Like,
they
that's
have
it,
Taco
though.
Bell? That's just.
Yeah.
I mean, I think in the future, yeah, because
Where
like,
it's we're so advanced now. We've engineered this.
well, in the
most
future, I don't know
nutritious thing
how
we can
how
eat.
I think the world might end before it, but like having chickens, pigs, cows will be unsustainable, and we're only going to be eating like bugs.
I have some answers.
Serum.
Give me the truth.
Sour oranges. So oranges were sour. Wild oranges were bitter and sour. The sweet orange was created somewhere in China,
That's all I know.
BC.
Thank you.
Broccoli was created from the mustard plant. Tomatoes were created from something. Grapefruits, which makes sense because you can't trust a grapefruit.
I like grapefruits, ruby reds.
Bananas, I knew that one. This one's kind of wild. I don't understand this one. I'm reading through
They're
it
tiny-
too. This doesn't make sense.
Some
But
kind of berries.
lemons. I don't.
What was it mixed with?
Well, because
Limon.
they were citrons.
That does make sense because we're making them bigger. Because that would make sense. We're
No,
just making them bigger.
I guess like
Because aren't the citrons small?
I feel like limes were naturally occurring, but not lemons.
limes are. Yeah, the lemons. I think it was like a mix between the citron and the orange, which made them the big body. Iceberg lettuce, which actually kind of makes sense. It doesn't seem
Because
real.
there's no nutrients in it at all.
Yeah, orange carrots.
Yeah, they're yeah.
Dutch. We made orange carrots. Cucumbers aren't real.
Damn, what have I eaten
Corn,
this whole
which
time?
we know, but this one,
What's the one? Potatoes.
watermelon.
Ooh,
I could see that.
Yes. But see, that's what I'm saying.
It
Like,
was made by the ancient Egyptians.
shit. What did they mix?
I don't know.
I didn't even know they could grow that shit there.
The ancient
It's the same
Egyptians,
thing, dude.
and they moved up the Middle East into the
They're
Mediterranean.
doing the same thing we're doing. We just think that they didn't have technology like we do.
No, like I totally like once
They had to have.
once they started doing agriculture, like
They
as
had
humans,
irrigation, bro. They had
yeah.
indoor
Once that stuff
toilets.
like no, like they're breeding stuff to be
Oh,
to be
to be
better.
different, yeah.
But it's
Yeah,
like
to be
and,
better.
and to essentially it's you're modifying its genetics. Yeah. I agree to you on a certain point, like on the point that anything you can buy in the grocery store, that
Anything.
is pretty much
anything
there's
at a grocery store, a big grocery store,
all modified.
it's all modified.
So you think like if you have eggs right here that are just some like basic, it just says eggs,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then these eggs, they say they're like
Pasture raised, free range.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the same. I'm saying the living conditions are different, and that's what people want.
But the product's the same?
Exactly the
you
same.
don't think that there's any better quality?
Nah, I think that the chickens are eating the same stuff.
I disagree.
I don't think so.
You think? What are you doing?
If
What
you
are they
eat,
doing?
I mean, like we could do this. We could do this on air if you want to.
Yeah,
but
let's do
like, get like a Kroger brand like eggs, just regular, and then you
Yeah,
get like you get like the I don't know any of those brands like the free range
Handsome.
eggs.
you get like a more orange yolk or whatever.
Yeah, and there's more taste. There's more flavor. They're not uniformly colored. You know, they're not all the same colored. But like also,
could that just be?
I hate
because a
reinforcing
regional
your-
thing?
I hate
Could that just
reinforcing
be a
your
regional
point.
Thing? The color of stuff.
no, it's because
I think
it's
that's the mineral, like the actual what's
Which
in
I
it.
was saying, could
Yeah.
that be a regional thing?
well,
So
it's
say if these free range chickens are eating stuff that's regionally produced in this area.
well, no, any chicken, it's not natural to keep the same color every time. Every egg is not the
oh
same
yeah,
color.
it should be different.
Yeah, but also this is I hate reinforcing and agreeing with you.
It sucks.
Sounds
I
like
know.
me.
'Cause
But like,
sometimes I just
well, no,
argue to argue.
in Europe, in Europe, like
Yeah, they were
you,
different.
you store eggs outside. You don't have to store them in the fridge because in the U.S. because of like health whatever
We have to pasteurize them,
because there's
right?
like a film over eggs when they're laid, and over in Europe they just take them as
Straight
is,
up.
so you can keep them out. And that keeps them from like going bad. But over here we wash the eggs, and then we have to coat them with something else
to make them pretty.
and then we have to put them. That's why we have to refrigerate them.
That's crazy.
Although I have left like a 6 egg out, like it doesn't like
just an egg on the counter.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's not like gonna go bad. Even like probably over, unless it's hot, like over a couple days,
dude.
it'll be
Yeah,
fine.
We've all
yeah.
been at Coachella with light ice on eggs.
Bro, that wasn't even ice. It was just
it was just hot dog water.
We still all had scrambled eggs.
We were okay.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
I think I was changed from other substances.
no, yeah. I will
Clearly.
give you guys free range stuff, and I think that's the whole point of free range and organics because you then have compassion for how your food was cultivated.
It tastes better too.
Should-
Tastes
you can tell
better, more
yourself that.
nutritious,
I'll
and
give you that.
everything.
You can tell yourself that.
That's I think
feel like it's just a
think
personal thing
vegetables
inside.
I think vegetables generally do taste
Well, if you're eating it raw, possibly, but if you're cooking it, how?
I just think more flavor. Like
yeah.
a tomato, like so the tomatoes in Italy, you can't say that those taste the same as tomatoes over here.
No, but once you cook anything, how could you tell the difference? That's
I
what
think
I'm
the
saying.
flavor
still-
stays
the
out.
flavor's still
Well, the whole
really-
thing is like
Yeah.
in Italy is like they don't
I
season
think if
shit
you
over
cook
there.
a tomato, it's going to taste like a cooked tomato.
Like-
Now, raw, you can maybe.
If I
taste
have
the
a
difference.
yellow bell pepper
Mm-hmm.
that's organic and a yellow bell pepper that's non-organic, the one that's organic tends to be more sweeter. They're both sweet peppers technically. When you cook them, they should come out sweeter. But the one that's organic generally
That's what we should do.
cook
Eat peppers on there.
and then blindfold and then tell.
Organic or
yeah,
not.
yeah, it'd be interesting.
It would be.
Yeah,
What's in the box? An organic pepper or
I
non-organic?
think some things
It would
would
have
be really
to be raw
easy.
stuff. It would have
but
to be
like,
raw stuff.
See, that's where like on the flip side, if you had ground beef, I wouldn't know the difference.
course.
I'd be like, this is
Impossible or-
this
yeah, it starts getting-
really hard to say like that one's
Grass fed.
Grass
Because it's
fed.
cooked. I feel like once it's cooked, it's harder.
Steak, you can, I think.
Well, if it's like Wagyu, you get the different fatting. Because that's like.
yeah, the
that's
marbling
actually-
and fat
yeah.
content.
Yeah, that's, exactly.
But you'd have to get two of the same cuts. One that's organic, one that's not organic.
have to get-
and you have to cuck them. Cuck 'em.
Was that a Freudian slip?
Santo just looking at the steaks from the corner.
Just in the corner.
Masturbating. Sizzle,
Sizzle that.
motherfucker.
Sizzle that.
You got to cook them at
Slap
the right
it.
temperature.
Throw some butter on that.
No, but yeah, no, seriously, yeah. If you had like a real chef that could do that same
do it
cuts
same,
and stuff,
same.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if you could taste the.
Well, I will say like
The
you can
difference
get
on
like
meat.
organic is just almost like a label that's used now.
'Cause
I
we're
don't think it necessarily
greenwashing
even
those
has more. Yeah, I don't think it necessarily has more flavor because it can. But like, say you get a organic heirloom tomato from like Whole Foods, they still taste like nothing. But like, if you get one
Yeah.
from the farmer's market,
It tastes way
it
different.
tastes like a
Yeah.
fucking like.
Well,
a,
that's like-
it's like a fruit.
It's the,
the
level,
little cherry
yeah,
tomatoes,
yeah.
that you can tell a difference easily. The ones that come in like the little plastic packages at the store, like you said, it's like this is
Well, regardless, we know if it's at like
Yeah.
a grocery store, they had to at least put like something on it to stay pretty for a week.
Or like how they put
At
like
least
wax
2 weeks, you know
wax
what I
on
mean?
fruits
If you
and
go
shit.
to the farmer's market, they literally picked it that morning.
totally.
Like,
Yeah.
it still is, yeah, it's GMO and stuff, but yes, it has less of the bad.
I don't know
Yeah.
if you can say though. That's the part where I don't know if you can say that farmers market stuff is all GMO.
Well, I figure if you're a farmer that's selling yourself, like I said, it's illegal to grow and sell.
and say you're one thing if you're another.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you have to buy your seeds from Monsanto if you're selling. Like, to, it's like no other way around it. And they make you buy new seeds every year.
Hmm.
I think if you want to buy like bulk and stuff, like you could spend a lot of money and get things, but then like half your crop not guaranteed
Exactly.
to grow. So I mean, it sucks
Can't
because like
grow from seed. Any big farmer, they can't generate a product and then grow from that seed.
Ultimately,
they have to buy new seeds.
I'd love
every
to be
year.
a farmer, but farming is a hard life. Like shout
They
out to
make it
farmers.
so hard
like,
for them. That's why they follow the
it's not
regulations.
it's not profitable. Like they live at a very like thin
It's
margin,
meager margins,
a lot of
dude.
hard
It's
work.
meager
Crazy.
margins. That's why they have to fall in line with them.
Wow.
Monsanto, literally, if you look at them, they have to sell. I think it's like 99% of the seeds to U.S. farmers.
Well, this is kind of a segue, but
We love
kind of
segues.
related. Like was it you who said that Italy is become the first country to
Yes.
ban lab grown food?
That is so lab grown food in general. Yeah,
That's
I thought it was
cool.
just meat, but it's food in general. So I mean, that's cool.
It makes sense because like Italy, there's the DOP to like the direct a statement of origin. They're very particular about where their shit
Do
comes
they
from.
base
Like
a lot of meals around meat or no?
no, I mean nowadays, but I think like there's a lot of like vegetable based things, but.
And it's not even like considered vegetable based.
But at the same time, if you look at it, when we were there, like there was not many vegetables like to be found.
It wasn't.
Like there might be like a pasta that's like with no meat, like it's just tomato sauce. But like we didn't see. I think salads is probably an American thing. Like salads in general is
because
very
their
American.
salads was literally bread and cheese.
Yeah, or like antipasto salad,
Mm-hmm.
which is great. But there's like it's not like I think over here it's like a big separation of like it's meat or it's veggies, but over there it's just like it's all
Just food. Yeah,
it's all
just
food.
food. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they look at food differently than we have a relationship.
Well, they
with
find
They
because it's a whole
definitely do.
culture. They find joy in cooking and eating and like
Exactly.
feeding other people. Whereas
Yeah.
like
It's
just
more
need
of
to
like
survive,
a
man. I
slower
need
thing.
some
Like
fucking
we're just like
McDonald's.
fast food. We want it fast. We want In and Out. Not like actually In and Out, but we want to go somewhere, get the food, and be out. Type thing.
I haven't had In and Out in a while. I am kind of
It's so
like
good.
some In and Out
In and Out.
sometimes.
Yeah, In and Out's not bad. You know,
I had
The
one-
fries are still terrible. I need
They're
I need
awful.
I need
Do
the
you-
animal style to
How do
eat
you
it.
get the fries made? Do you ask them for an extra crispy?
Like,
I
that's
don't
the
like
only
them
thing
extra
you could
crispy.
do,
I
right?
don't-
That's when they're to me they're good, but you have to ask them extra crispy.
I just don't like their fries.
I get animal style just because it's
See,
like
in that sense, I prefer the
It's
fake.
like a sauce. Like, because I want the sauce. I don't want the actual fries. It's like a
I want
vehicle
the
for sauce.
McDonald's fries. I want the real processed fries.
Do you guys remember back? This is like when we were kids still, but they switched from. They used to cook the fries in beef
You
tallow.
said that, yeah.
And like
could
I
taste the
remember,
difference.
I remember as a kid, like those fries were like I could not stop eating. And now
McDonald's,
I'm like,
right?
yeah. And
Dude.
now I'm like,
You know who
they're
was good
whatever.
too back in the day? Burger King fries.
They were
But back in the day.
Yeah, they're still no, they're not good now.
I
I think
haven't had
I think
them
I
in,
haven't had
like,
them in like
enough to-
5
yeah,
years, but I don't
I
have
haven't.
fond memories.
I can't find a good answer on that.
So
There's
but we,
not. It's not very straightforward.
But we do know that
it
they
says
make
in
them by seeds,
2005. In 2005, Monsanto grabbed 40% of the U.S. seed market. So
Which
that was 18 years ago.
It's only grown since then.
Yeah,
it's
but
only
I
grown.
can't find anything that's like recent.
It's probably like 80% now. I think.
It does say that BASF, Bayer, Monsanto, ChemChina, something, and Corvetta are the big four.
Those sound
that
like all
own-
very trustworthy
I was going to
companies.
say that they all sound. I would trust any of
Yeah,
those companies.
they own 2/3 of the rights to the world seeds.
How much? 2/3?
2/3
Okay.
of the world.
It gets
BASF,
bad
big
when
ass
you really
sassy
start
fucker.
looking at it. It's like
Yeah.
they really do know what they are doing.
Yeah, 80% of the corn and 90% of soybeans are Monsanto seeds.
You know what's funny too is like how people like there's a culture
I can
in
see though.
in the U.S. like how we think that
But it's like, what do we feed our fish? Corn. What do we feed?
oh
our,
cows,
our,
corn, chicken,
corn.
corn.
What's in like dog food sometimes.
Corn.
But you know like how like soybeans aren't that big over here, but we grow a shit ton of soybeans and we export it to China.
yeah, but
Really?
Like that's a lot of money to be made doing that.
there's also a lot
Shipping and
we use
everything about that.
soybeans as a lot of filler. It's used
Oh,
for
yeah,
a lot
true.
of filler and things.
Is it like hemp to where it could be used fibrous like too?
Oh no, I don't think so. Maybe like something
I
with the
think
shells,
seaweed can.
but not
Can
the
it?
not the soybeans.
I think
themselves.
Nike or Adidas, I forget which one. I think it was Nike. They printed some seaweed shoes like 4 years back or something like that.
Jeez.
The fibers were like, yeah,
The fibromyalgia.
the discomfort of the
My-
body was made by
my
seaweed.
aunt had that or has it or something.
Sounds
It's terrible.
yeah.
Sounds painful.
Wow. I don't know where should we go from.
I don't know.
from
How about
here?
we talk about something better? Like you were saying, how Finland is full of murderers.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
yeah.
You guys both saw this, like, right? It's Netflix. Or
I
something?
saw the first episode.
Yeah, so it's like what it's called world's worst
It's like toughest
prisons. Yeah. And like so like the first episode I saw was about Finland, and it was saying like how Finland's always rated as one of the highest like ratings in the world for like happiest people, but they have also one of the highest percentages of violent crime, and like they have one of the most gnarly prisons in the world, which is like first thing, just the image of it.
Looks like a lot of Aryan brothers in there. That's why I stopped watching.
Well,
'Cause I
because
didn't
it's
know what I
all
was watching.
Finland is
I wasn't
Aryan
listening.
brothers,
Dude,
right?
it was just huge
It
white
was
dudes,
huge dudes, all
Just
head tatted. I was
fucking
like,
blasted,
I like, I can see
tattoos
that jail being
everywhere.
hard.
Well, do you know? Can you guess the population of Finland?
No,
500,000.
I'm gonna say
A
like
little more than that.
I'm gonna say like
3 million.
I'd say 2.7 million.
5.6 million.
Oh, so like L.A.
Yeah, 19 inhabitants per square kilometer.
Damn.
The
They got
third
land.
most sparsely populated country in Europe,
Yeah, they got.
but after Iceland and Norway, also very Scandinavian places.
Finland.
The crazy thing is like the prison, like it looked like it was just like out in the snow. It was just like boom, like snow, like no one running away. But like it was saying how all of the murderers are like on the fringe of like society, like
But weren't there like they actually were trying to rehabilitate them, right?
yeah. Yeah, but and the whole thing is like the dude goes in there and lives in the prison for 2 weeks, I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they actually other places they're actually not making too much money off of degenerates. Like
Yeah,
we
it's
are.
not a prison
Not
industrial system.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you know they're not really raking it in like we are over here.
Do you do you think it's okay for prisons to be?
No, they shouldn't be privately owned. Was that your question?
Yeah. So that's the one spot where you do put your foot down when it comes to businesses having
That kind of stuff, there's no way that should be for private, dude. There's absolutely no way that should be privately owned because what happens in private sectors is for profit.
No government regulation.
Yeah, no, yeah,
Which
it's for private.
people hate regulation, but I think regulation is necessary.
It's
because, like,
totally necessary on certain things.
Yeah, that's one thing that is just like that should not just anybody can go. I want to make a gel and start one.
well, like speaking of regulation, like you've heard in like I think like Iowa, certain states, they're trying to peel back child labor laws to where you
Yeah.
can be like 12. Because there's kids, I believe they're migrants, undocumented kids that are working in like slaughterhouses, like cleaning up the floors, and in some cases like operating machinery, which like a kid should not be operating that shit, which is kind of crazy. We're moving this far backwards in such a slow amount of time, but I thought people agreed that kids shouldn't work.
I think
I think it's okay for kids to work if they want to.
Well, like I mean, like
There's some situations where kids have to work.
I think so,
I'm
but
not
I think
saying
like
it's good.
I think like 14 or 15. I don't think a kid in 12 and should not be working in like a place like a slaughterhouse. I
There's
don't think they should be
certain
working in
jobs that-
factories. I think they could definitely be.
Yeah.
There's just
I think they could be like little.
I don't want
servers.
a kid to work. I want a kid to be able to go to school and do what they want to do. But there's obviously situations where sometimes the kid is like the adult in a household or looked at as a provider, which
I
sucks.
think the kid could be a busboy, barback maybe.
I mean, I've definitely heard.
I would
or
say
known
more like
st-
working with their mom or dad or something, and like
That's okay.
You're talking like
That
family
definitely
business type of
happens.
stuff. That's
Yeah.
fine.
No. I'm talking about like those situations where you hear kids are like, well, I mean, it was just me and my mom and my 3 brothers and sisters who were younger than me. And I didn't have, my mom got hurt or something. She didn't have no money. I had to drop out of middle school and I started working when I was a freshman.
Yeah.
I've heard those stories.
yeah,
Those aren't uncommon.
Well, like I mean, I think I had my first job at like 15,
15.
but like now I believe it's 16, and you can only work a certain amount of hours, and that's fine. But like, yeah,
That's what I'm
in
saying.
certain
It's-
cases, but like, yeah,
I don't, yeah, they shouldn't be working, but I'm just not going to say, I'm like, there's circumstances where it's like they need to be out there because there's no other money coming from any other place.
I was gonna say, especially with the way that like financials are
Bruh.
happening across. I mean, we talked briefly about gas, but that's, I mean, it's not just in California, it's everywhere. And it's like everyone's being hit by inflation. Like, I imagine there's a pretty good amount of families out there that are really struggling to.
Bro, that's like more than not all the families, inner city families. The oldest child is basically the second parent if there's not 2 parents.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, they were the one who couldn't go to college, couldn't do anything because they were looking after kids their whole life, basically, that were their siblings.
Yeah.
But that's life, so
I think kids can work at a convenience store.
it is what it is. I don't want them to, but
That's the thing. I was like, kids can do a lot of things.
You know what I mean?
wouldn't say like they can't do many jobs, but do you want them to?
I don't want them to. But I
Yeah.
also know the reality of life.
But that's like, yeah, that's speaking to larger problems that
Yeah.
in society and stuff.
Yeah,
and like,
it's,
yeah,
of course, if everything was nice and dandy, no, kids wouldn't even fathom working. But that's,
yeah, and it's
I
like,
mean-
and to earlier what you're saying, it's like, yeah, at that meager wage that a lot of families survive on, you can only get fast food. You can
Bruh,
only
yeah.
afford the cheapest
you can get
food
the cheapest food
with
from
the
the
least
grocery store.
nutritional value and stuff.
That's just inherent. It has
Plus,
to.
like, I would imagine if you do a statistic, or just if you look at the trend throughout like time, like we've probably only lived, what would you say, like 80 years without kids in the workforce, 50 years without kids in the workforce.
Very rare. It's new.
It's new.
It's new.
I mean, and that's just being in.
bruh, kids are working on the railroads.
Well, I'm just saying, and that's
All
also,
the live long day.
But I'm saying that's also just like in the States. Like I'm not. I don't think that's the same across the world. Like
Well, kids have been working, but
but I think they still do.
Yeah, no,
Like,
there's
some
kids
places
still
for sure they
making
still do.
like
it's
our
still-
sneakers.
So I
and
think like the
stuff.
majority of like
clothes.
our history and like of humankind, like kids have been working.
kids have been working.
Yeah, and I think like sometimes I wonder like did kind of like every empire seems to fall because they think they got it going on and like they're like, oh yeah, we're popping, we're doing great, everything's good, and then like
You want to ignore the obvious.
yeah,
The Roman Empire comes to mind.
yeah, or I'm guessing the Ottoman was the same way, and like,
Well, yeah, that gave the Holy Roman Empire gave way to the Ottomans, and then the Ottomans to something else. And
I love a
What
good
was
Ottoman.
their What was their downfall?
Which one?
I don't know. What do they all have in common? What's the common
Christianity.
thread? Was it Jesus?
Basically.
Too much compassion.
No, that's you.
Too much or
Not
enough?
compassion.
I don't know.
But
Too much compassion.
the two ingredients.
He's got too much compassion.
Passion. He's passionate for it.
The
Yeah.
passion of the Christ.
Compassion of the Christ. Oh, I saw this since like I run the pod TikTok. I browse it every once in a while. Shout out to our likes and comments and shit on there. But I ran across this thing, like there's so much fucking misinformation on TikTok. This young kid, he was probably like maybe like 15, 16, and he was like, it was a compelling like headline. It was like, these are the 4 bottled water companies you should avoid at all costs. And then he was like, it listed them.
Fiji, Avion.
No, it was like
Dasani,
it was like
Perrier.
he was like, you shouldn't get
Well,
Dasani or
Dasani,
Arrowhead.
sure.
He's like, because it has these chemicals in it, like sodium bicarbonate and stuff he couldn't pronounce. I was like,
Isn't that in everything?
no, I'm like, these are minerals.
Yeah.
Like, and he's acting like they're chemicals, like they're additives. And then I was looking in the comments, they're like, people were calling him out, like the information on this is completely wrong. There's no research. And then people are like, these are minerals. And then somebody was commenting, no, but they're synthetic minerals. It's like, it costs more to make synthetic minerals than actual minerals. That's just available. And I'm like, people are so, I guess it's not that different than parents on Facebook or Fox News. People watch stuff on TikTok and believe it and will quote that like until they're proven wrong, which could be their whole life. It's fucking crazy.
I mean, yeah, you know.
But I'm not saying like, yeah, no, I think all like bottled waters, you need it sometimes, but it's got microplastics and all that shit. But like,
and that's just the
he
obvious.
said something. He's like, the kid with the post, he was like, if it ever says added for taste, avoid it. It's like, these are minerals. Like every water you buy, you could bottle shit from the river. It will have minerals in it. It will have these, but it won't be added. And it's like, it's for taste. So it's like, man.
But that's how we are now.
Yeah, no, is it like, I think
That's
like,
how we are.
I
It's
think
like,
kid, like, what is it? Is it Gen A is like
I
after
don't
Gen
even
Z?
know. They want to
It
be
goes
riled
to
up at everything.
it goes to the
Alpha.
alpha. Yeah, so I guess
Everything's a problem, but no one's. I don't get it.
Well, it's like, I think like, and I think in certain mindsets, yeah, they're a lot different. But I think in this consuming of information, like Gen A and Gen Z want to think that they're so different than like boomers and Gen Xers. But like in that respect, I'm like, you guys are very much the same. And
Boomers
to
just
say
believe
millennials
the
too.
government
Millennials
too
too.
much for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's funny is I think like still though it's everyone just does the exact same shit that every last group did. Like I remember when being younger and people saying to me like, you think you fucking know shit, but you don't really know shit, man. Like I remember that. I'd be like, no, I know so much. I'm so educated. And like the reality is like you can be smart when you're younger, but life experiences.
You ain't know shit.
So that was a Shane Gillis joke on his Netflix. He goes, all my cool young white people out there that are super liberal, hate Republicans, you're gonna hate your 30s.
That's funny.
Because he's like, things change. And that's all he kind of ends. He's like, things change.
Yeah, I mean, like, I can remember when I was in high school, I'm like, yeah, fuck the government. I never want to sell out. I just want to be like all punk rock and stuff. And I remember going, I had an office job. I was in like administration wearing like fucking slacks and a tie. And then I went back to,
Let the
what
man
is it?
get you down.
Across the street, that what's that old timey diner across from Altaloma High School?
Oh, Brandon's?
No.
Tams.
No.
Next, it was next
Brandon.
to,
It's like the 50s themed diner with like the fucking
Oh, Legends.
Legends. I went there and I saw these punk.
over by the
I saw
Ontario
some like
Bakery.
yeah. I saw these kids over there, and I
Or
was in my
somewhat.
I was in my fucking like suit and
Jace.
tie, and I was like, God damn, I'm a sellout.
Dang, did you
had
have a
that moment.
briefcase?
No briefcase, but a tie and slacks is enough. And I was like, I used to have like a fucking mohawk, and what happened to me?
You got neutered.
I think like there's a spot where people are like, I'm not going to conform to society, in which you can do that, but you have to stick to the fact that you're not going to conform to
And
society.
you have to be like
And
completely
that's
carve
what
your own path.
You have to be able to do that. When people like they want to live in society but on their own rights, I'm like, that's
But I feel that's where we are now. So now people are just changing society to fit their.
Whether
Right.
even
Well,
even if
depending-
they change
no
it,
matter
though,
what
it
you're-
almost still goes back to what I was saying earlier. Like, cool, you can change that, but it still doesn't mean that you're like a better person. It still doesn't mean that you're like when I was saying like, okay, do you want to believe that like somebody controlled the weather? Cool, but you're still a shitty parent or whatever it is. I'm not like that's like being
Yeah,
harsh.
what you
but
believe is whatever you believe.
like you can believe whatever, but doesn't. But I'm saying like it doesn't change about you, about how you're acting. Like you that.
Sometimes it does change people's actions, though.
So you could steal
I
groceries
suppose
and
so.
be a good person, right?
You can do what?
Steal groceries and still be a good person.
I mean, people
For your
loved
sake,
Robin.
yes.
Robin
Thank you.
Hood, man. He's a hero
To some,
to some.
Peter
To
Pan
others,
was a hero to some. To some,
Peter
he was
Pan?
Peter Pan was a hero to some. To
I don't
some,
think he was real.
to some.
Peter Pan's not real to some, but to others,
He's very real.
Very
Denial
real.
is not just a river in Egypt.
That's
you
a
know?
terrible thing. If there's a guy flying in through your window, taking you away at night, and that's real, that's scary. That is a.
His name's R. Kelly.
No, but he would just pull up in front of your house. He didn't have to come through the window.
Yeah, he'd
he would
be-
just serenade you.
He'd be hiding in your closet already.
Dang. No, but yeah, it just depends who's looking. That's it.
Yeah. Speaking of who's looking, do you want to explain the Post Malone thing?
Ooh, I feel bad for Posty because he's on the verge of getting Me Too'd.
Would you call it that though? Because
I
what
thought-
you
yeah.
explain the way you explain it doesn't sound like that's the case. It sounds
Because
like
it's not, but what happens when society grabs a hold of something?
Well, I just thought Me Too is like specifically for like SA.
Yeah, he
Great.
did do it.
Oh, I thought it was like I'm not to
These
say
aren't
this is good, but I thought it was domestic violence.
Oh, that too, but I think she lumped everything in there.
Okay, I don't know.
I think there was a lot of.
no, yeah, you said domestic violence.
Yeah, please
I think
please
there was,
elaborate.
I think Posty. There's some information coming out that his ex-girlfriend, who was I don't know how to say the word, but basically she was trying to look for spousal support after they broke up, even though they weren't together. There's something that
Domestic partnership type of shit.
basically they were together for 3 years, so she felt like because he was so rich, he had to support her lifestyle after he dumped her. Stupid, but hey, it is what it is.
Palimony.
Yeah, but exactly. Sounds fake. But so she got some lawyers. She lawyered up. She was going to sue him, try to get that money, and then they settled outside of court and outside of lawyers. So then her legal team went and leaked some of the legal documents that they had put together in regards to the case that she thought was concealed and closed.
Mm.
So it was all the allegations that she was claiming posted to her.
Was it like the law firm or like the actual lawyers or like their personal things
It
that
had to
that
be the
leaked it?
firm. That the firm leaked it. It wasn't the girl. The girl's now trying to sue the law firm.
I wonder if that's like it's if that's like lawful or something, because I feel like if it's under wraps or whatever, you know, if it's not used in I don't know nothing about law.
I wonder how
Apparently.
they're choosing to push it forward because like there has to be a
There's nothing. They're looking. Their whole thing was they felt that they got gypped out
doesn't
of a
there have to be
payday.
like a defendant and like don't you have to have like
There is
all
no-
parties?
There's
in-
no case. They just leaked information. They're just trying to defame Post Malone at
Because
this point.
she dropped the
She
charges
dropped
or
the
whatever.
charges
so
and dropped their legal.
Well, this says Post Malone hit with lawsuit from ex's lawyers.
Yeah, they're suing him because they had a lawsuit against him, and because he settled with their client out of court, they're saying all the work and stuff that they did needs to go and get paid for. And by
so
doing,
do you think like they didn't get paid at all?
they had to have got paid for
So
something.
like they had to have a retainer or something for a
Yeah.
little bit or initial
but they
consultation.
were trying to
and
get
all
that payday.
because
It was going to be millions probably if it was like really going through.
Do we know any lawyers? Like, do you know any lawyers?
I do.
You
do?
know that one dude, right? Josh, your buddy with the silver hair. He went up to your house. We watched like a soccer game. We watched World Cup at your house with him. He's like an attorney. He's like a teacher for lawyers too. He was at your house.
I'm drawing a blank.
Bruh, he was legitimately at your house. We were watching the World Cup.
I'm
with
trying to
him.
think who that is.
That was like also like years ago.
I have a good memory. He had his gray hair. We ate those fruits off your mom's tree in the backyard.
Oh, I remember eating the fruits. I don't remember this other person.
Yep.
Was it like it was like my friend, not like
you
a friend
knew
of a
him,
friend?
but I think Brad was better. But you knew him. You guys all went to school together. and he's like in a church.
Oh, Chris, yeah.
Oh, now it rings a bell.
Yeah. He had gray hair?
Yes.
Maybe. We're getting old.
All
aren't we?
silver, yes.
Silver Fox.
Yeah. Yes, so he's in the
Yeah,
church.
yeah, yeah. He just okay. So like I hadn't seen him in like a few years, and then he told me he's a lawyer now. So
See?
oh, I do know lawyer. Cool.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So,
Miss Doubtfire over here gonna clean me up real quick.
no, I'm not doubting.
I know, because at this point you're gonna confirm what I was saying,
Yeah.
but you're gonna make it more legible for everybody.
Yeah.
You're gonna give facts.
Exactly.
Oh, actual facts.
I was giving
Yeah.
facts, but it was just sprinkled in with.
So,
With hyperbole.
So his,
I don't know exactly what hyperbole
his
is.
ex-girlfriend hired Maritel Law, and they said they worked hard on the case. And post Malone convinced his ex Ashlyn Diaz, whatever, to drop them, the law firm, and to work out a private deal with him specifically. And so, because of that, the law firm said that they were cut out of the commissions due to Post Malone's actions of getting his girlfriend to drop them. And yeah, so they're gonna sue both him and his ex. And Post paid out $350,000 to his ex to settle the matter in the beginning portion.
I wonder what's the statement, like what, like the violation, because it can't be against the law to do that.
No, it's not against.
Well, they're going to
So-
try to use this. The firm said that Post Malone pressured and coerced his ex to drop them in
course.
order to avoid paying a higher settlement sum and in order to continue manipulating his victim, using his money, power, and control over her to prevent her story from being shared with the world to avoid near certain litigation.
And if that don't fall under Me Tooing, I know it don't. The actions don't, but what could happen?
I mean, it's
Public
more to
perception.
me. It's more so just a law firm using
They are.
law to. But it's
Get
not like a
money.
me. I feel like it's not Me Too though.
Well, I feel like if it gets to public perception, then they're going to be like, "Oh, did he beat
Well,
her?"
I feel like yeah,
Did
no,
he hit her?
that,
Is
but I
he
It didn't
feel
say
like,
anything about that in this.
It says it in places. That's why she's so irate, because she thought it could never be ever.
They're being sued for $787,000.
Oh, that ain't shit. I would have just given up if I was Post. That ain't nothing.
Shit, I love that show.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's where.
Bauke,
Yes,
That's where they started.
That's where they started.
Larry Appleton,
And it was like it was like a single episode
Yeah.
thing, and then they were
Well,
like, "Oh, we're gonna make a
We're
story."
gonna make
out
a
of
story
them.
out of that. Yeah,
Yeah.
because on that episode, Carl was the cop or whatever, and then something was going on, and they're like, "Yeah, it was crazy." They're-
Reginald Vil Johnson, and they also felt like he was really good for the part after Die Hard 2.
Oh, because
'Cause
he
he was
was
the cop.
He was the cop.
He
in
was the
Die
cop
Hard
in Die Hard 2. That was like his breakout performance.
typecast for the rest of his life.
He was good in there.
It's not a bad role.
He's only
though.
71. He's still alive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Rest in peace, Uncle Phil.
Damn, he's still years active and acting present. I mean, I guess so.
What were we talking about again?
Well, we had just finished up on the Post.
Oh, Posty.
Oh yeah, Posty.
Yeah. So
Okay, well, I guess staying with the whole music industry theme, the
Katy
RI.
Perry?
Oh, I was gonna say the Recording Industry Association of America. You said they recorded record profits for 2023 so far.
For the first half, it was like a lot of money.
it was a big number.
Okay,
It was
well then moving on.
billions. No,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
like 4 point. It was actually I forgot, but it was billions.
Well, that has that's a number of factors, not just like the
It is
amount
a
of
number of
music,
fact- it
of-
is
but
the
it's also
amount of
like
music.
because tours, like
Exactly.
Beyonce, Taylor Swift,
just-
The Weeknd, all
just think of basic inflation. Tickets for shows are more expensive.
yeah.
But wouldn't also putting it on be more expensive? Isn't profit post?
I think it would be relative, because I think some things have inflated when some things necessarily haven't inflated.
Let's see. Recorded music revenues reach an all-time first half high of $8.4 billion, growing 9.3% at estimated retail value.
But that's also taking into account that, like,
Jesus.
That's
because
pretty good, right?
recovery from
Yeah.
COVID and everything.
That's
with
pretty
tours
good,
and
right?
everything, yeah.
This is crazy to me that streaming continued to streaming was at $7 billion of that
Of course, I
8.4.
was going to say it has to be 80% of it.
That's even more than that.
It is more.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's
Does
a
that
lot.
include like streaming's kind of like hard to quantify, isn't it? Like
Not
how much you're
really,
actually
but they
getting-
make it hard to quantify because it's it is hard, I guess, when you're thinking about like what's equivalent.
A stream is equivalent to like
Yeah,
what? And
how
that's
many
like one
streams are
song versus
equivalent
the
to
whole
a sale
album.
is what is really the hard thing to think about. Because really, like, how many streams are equivalent to an album sale? To me, I would think of however many songs on the album. 12 streams equivalent to album sales.
I think this stat's pretty wild. Physical music formats reached the highest level since the first half of 2013, so 10 years ago.
And it's all vinyls.
With vinyls albums outselling CDs.
Because billboards brought back the ability to use bundles as part of sales.
like the pre-order for the you can buy
As
either
long
the
as
digital
they just made a
album.
stipulation to where it has to,
Got
you have
you.
to receive a physical
copy.
copy.
Got it. I saw that Green Day's doing like a 30-year for Dookie.
I love that album actually.
Yeah, and they're doing like the release of like 7 special vinyls kind of thing. You're supposed to, I think that's a smart move for, I was thinking about how it seems to me it's easier for rock bands to do the anniversary albums than it is for like other artists, because I rarely ever see like a hip hop act or like a EDM act or I don't even know if like a country act that says like, oh, we're doing like a 20-year special like thing.
Well,
EDM
I think
and hip hop a little too new. We're going to be getting to that space for hip hop
probably in
currently.
like 5-10
You-
years.
like-
EDM, I feel like it's there, but the thing is, we just don't remember how long like Tiesto's have been
because all the
spinning,
drugs.
But I think
or
for
the David
EDM
Guettas
though,
have been
like
spinning,
for EDM to me, it seems like instead of trying to do that, they do like powerhouse like mixes. So it's like all of a sudden,
Collaborations,
like you had like
huge
Cascade
collabos.
and like Dead Mouse
Yeah.
did like a thing together. So you have like big collaborations. I think like
they don't have an age though. DJs don't have an age.
no, they don't. They definitely don't.
because you can't even see them from the crowd.
Yeah.
well, also what you were saying,
You
there
don't go and see a DJ for
the
their
DJ.
Plus,
yeah.
people
It's
looking
the
pretty
visuals.
good.
and the music.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
really
It really
the DJ
is.
really you're really there if you're watching a DJ. It's for their music.
Yeah.
But the Fugees with the score or Mrs. Education of Lauryn Hill, like she's doing the 20
All right,
year
that's true.
anniversary. But it is few and far between because
It's getting new. Yeah,
I
can
think
see,
Nas
like,
did it, and I think
but there's those groups that can't.
Wu-Tang
like
did
Wu-Tang
it.
could do it.
Yeah, I think they
Nas
did
could
it.
do it. People that have the cachet still. 50 Cent is on
Yeah.
his last tour right now.
Oh, he is. But it's an open tour. It's not like he's playing like Curtis.
Yeah, it's
Right?
open
Like he's
tour,
not
yeah,
he's just
no.
playing like
It's
a
open tour.
yeah.
But I mean, you kind of have to because you don't. There's rarely shows to where they're touring an album.
Well, like
Even
usually-
new tours.
But even like with rock like artists, they'll do the album and then they'll play like a 6-song like encore of like other music because most people's
But no
albums
one's really
aren't that
touring
long.
albums though. Like Taylor Swift, she's not touring an album. She's playing every song that's hot in her catalog at her.
Yeah, but
performance.
I guess I would just say like if Kanye all of a sudden was like, I'm gonna do a Graduation album where for sure you can hear all of Graduation, I feel like that would sell. You'll hear other stuff too, but like you're for sure gonna hear everything from Graduate, or for sure hear everything from College Dropout, or for sure hear everything for Late Registration.
his catalog's so big though. It's like I can see that for smaller acts, like how the Bled did.
well, it's
a
almost.
specific
I feel like
album.
if you're still
Yeah.
relevant, like even like with Nas, who's not super huge now, but like it's almost less relevant because you're still in the mainstream consciousness. Whereas like Fugees have dropped out.
They haven't
Like
had music.
Jay-Z,
yeah.
maybe because he hasn't really been making new
I don't
music
think he'll
that
ever
like
do
a
it.
Black Album tour. Like
I think
that
he would have already done it.
Well, Schultz
Jay.
had a good evaluation of how he viewed Drake's marketing because he's like, this is kind of like a brilliant marketing campaign for Drake's new album because he's like, it's the first time he's really thought about it to where an artist is on tour and they're going to drop their new album after their big tour. It's like it would normally be you drop an album and you tour the album. You know what I mean? But it's like with the way we consume stuff nowadays, he's marketing his new album, his whole tour by teasing.
So like yeah, that's the only way you could like get the leak is from the tour.
You know what
That's
I mean?
actually that's really smart.
It is really smart, and it's like it's free.
Do you think he has to deal with a whole lot of bullshit?
Of
Like,
course,
more,
Drake.
more than like other people. Like I saw the video of like some kid walking up on stage and like the security didn't do shit about it. And like first thing, like what is your job? Like
Yeah.
I don't know. That seems. But then the other one I saw, like this girl was trying to like kiss him like on the front, and like he like had to push her away. I'm like, does he just like every show have to deal with like?
Just everywhere.
Well, like look at
Bullshit.
like
Where
he has
they
that collection
go,
of
like-
bras and shit on. Like he keeps like a lot of those.
That's his
That's what
doing, though,
LeBron
right?
said one time. They asked him
That's
like,
right,
"What's
that's his
one
thing.
thing?" Yeah, they asked LeBron, "What's one thing you wish you could do that normal people get to do. You know what I mean? That you can't do as LeBron.
Just grocery shopping.
Bro, he was saying the most normal shit. He's like, I wish I could go to Disneyland and no one recognized me. I wish I could go to the movie theaters and no one recognized me. I wish I could go to the grocery store and no one recognized me. He's like, I can't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, you also have like Messi out here just raw dogging it, going to the grocery store in Miami.
But he's not like American, so it kind of is like for
I
him. It's
I
like,
guess.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you ain't,
yeah,
you
yeah,
ain't
yeah.
see Messi
I
raw
guess
dogging
so.
it in Argentina.
Oh no! Like what?
Do you?
No, I
even-
don't think he would be able to do. I think he would like shut down the whole.
or
But
Spain. I
that's
don't
what
think
I'm saying.
Yeah,
like,
probably not.
He's big out here, but it's like, oh,
But also, like
you know,
physically,
it's
he's
Messi.
smaller. Like
He's
LeBron,
tiny.
he's just
He's a
huge,
big
and
dude.
he's like,
Kinda hard to
like
miss.
even if he wasn't famous, people would probably look at him because
Tall
he's so
dude.
fucking tall.
Yeah.
He's yoked, not yak.
It's like
'cause-
Shaq. Yeah,
He
it's
might
like
be
a
Yak.
freak
We
of
don't know.
nature. But
I
yeah,
don't think so.
I don't think
Allegedly.
like I feel like Messi couldn't do that where he's from because he would get bombarded like any of
for
our
sure in
celebrities.
Australia. I mean, not Australia,
Argentina.
in
Yeah, that's why he can't do out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're casual. We're like one of the last nations to care about.
Yeah, I give him like 5 years, and then he won't be able to.
Well, 5 years he'll be retired out here, so no one
for sure.
He might go back to somewhere else in 5 years.
No, I think he's gonna retire and then take up that.
Oh,
probably
the
will.
ownership
He probably
stake.
Yeah, he might as well be a director of a football club.
Yeah, because he never really got to play back in Argentina for like a club or anything. He didn't.
Yeah, I don't know if he. I'm sure he started there, but I don't really know.
But like he
He's
didn't
gonna
really
the
get
Bucks
like
out
yeah.
here in that sense. He's gonna get ownership and the look out here.
Speaking of ownership, Katy Perry no longer owns her songs.
Nope, she sold her catalog for $225 million.
But
You
that
think that's
is-
worth it?
Yeah,
Like, you
because I
think
feel
that's
like it's of course because I mean if that's the term they agreed to, it had to have some kind of metrics to get to that number. So I'm sure it was within $50 million.
It is cool though that she actually owned it from the start.
Well, you own some part, even if you
Well, I
sell
mean,
your-
like say like with like Scooter, Braun, and Taylor, like or did he buy the rights from it, or did she never had the rights?
I think
from
he
it?
might have bought the rights.
Oh, okay.
I think that was they had a deal and he bought the rights. But even as an artist, you always have your performance rights because you actually performed it.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
on
you
the
can
actual
always
recording,
perform,
You can always perform it and
then just do another recording or something of it.
because you actually performed it. Yeah.
Yo, do you know what this means? The deal includes Perry's stakes and master recordings and
Of
publishing
everything,
rights
yeah.
for for the 5 albums she released.
Yep.
But then it says UMG continues to own the masters to the albums
Yeah,
Universal-
because they basically bought it's like they leased it out for 10 years.
to the got you.
whoever's
So
Got you.
basically, the catalog is always going to be making money. This company is leveraging probably something that they have going on to where, like, hey, we can run this Katy Perry stuff, maybe run it up to a Billy in 10 years. All we need is 5 to 10 years ownership of these songs that we can license
we'll-
out, and we'll give it back.
And they can
don't
put
own
that
it.
in TV shows and movies and anything they want to do.
Because they
with
don't
it, right?
technically own it. They're licensing it for
To-
like 10 years.
Got it.
You know what
I
I
always
mean?
forget she's married to
What's his name?
Orlando Bloom.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was thinking that
Legolas.
too.
He's dyslexic.
Is he?
Yeah.
Elves are dyslexic.
How do you just know random things about people like
He said it was just always hard for him coming up as an actor because
how to read the
it was very hard for him to read scripts and remember them.
dang
Okay.
Justin Bieber sold 100% stake,
He sold his too a little bit ago.
290 songs for 200 million.
Yeah, he sold
It's
it.
a lot of songs.
Dr. Dre sold
Everybody's doing it.
to UMG
Yep.
for
Universal Music.
he sold his artist and writer royalties.
So the songs that he was an artist and a writer on, not
Got
necessarily
you.
a producer. So he had the whole album, like the score, where he was an artist on. He's an artist on some of the songs on the Chronic. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, I got one for you because you brought this up a while ago about posthumous music releases.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you feel about posthumous sales?
Posthumous.
Was
What do
it
you mean?
Posthumous.
posthumous?
Yeah.
That can't affect sales after you die or not. That's just something.
So, like Avicii's 75% of recordings and publishings was sold in September 22.
yeah, who owned it?
Pop House Entertainment, I
Yeah,
guess.
it's not like his parents had it or something. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, we just have it in the
Yeah, but I
attic in
mean,
a
like
box.
you're still having it sold, and it's still your name, so it's still your song. So like his song
it's
could
not
be
new though. It's not new music.
No, I know, but I'm just saying like it would be like the like his music could be used for like,
It's just IP. at
AI
that point.
learning.
To me, it's IP.
but like I'm just saying like when you were talking about how you don't think people who are dead, you shouldn't be able to release the music off of a
Because
dead
they're not
person.
making new music and saying it's Avicii.
Yeah, but I'm also saying like it is a song, but like, what if the song now gets played for like some like
It's the same song though.
yeah,
he
but
made the
but
song.
he has no control of where it's being used.
Who cares? It's the same song. It's like I get what you're saying. Like, oh, what if he was an avid proponent, didn't like drinking, and now it's being played at somewhere where people are drinking it.
Yeah.
Who
Republican-
cares?
the
It's the
Republican
same
Party
song. I'm not
National
changing your
Convention.
artistry.
That's what I'm thinking. Actually,
I'm not changing your artistry. It's the same song. Now, why I have a problem is you pass away and say, okay, we got some unreleased music that's not finished yet. Let me finish it, put your name on it, and garner the profits. New music, new projects.
You're picky.
No, I'm very, very cut and dry.
Particular,
Very cut and dry.
Are you?
cut and dry kind of guy.
They're not changing his
I
music.
feel like you'll tell people you're a meat and potatoes kind of guy, and then when it comes down to it, you're like, actually,
Only certain meats. I'm
Well,
very
no, I
particular
am a
about
meat
my-
and potato guy, but it would be like a wagyu and what's the thinly sliced potatoes with cheese? Like
Oh, potatoes au gratin?
That's what
Yeah.
that is meat and potatoes.
I mean, it is. Yeah,
Just fancier.
yeah. Oh man,
Well,
Joshy?
you heard that Twitter is going to be a subscription-based service now. Like you got to
Are either
just
of you
got to
on
pay.
there?
No. Well, I'm on there, but
I'm
I
on
haven't.
there.
I haven't tweeted.
twatted.
I haven't twatted
Is
anything
it
in
called
like a long
X
time.
now?
Yeah, it's stupid because it's like, why change it if everything, like whether it's the service itself or like when you're quoting it, they say X, formerly known as Twitter, in captions. It's like I feel like they're always going to say that. Maybe
What
in like
was
20.
the purpose of changing it?
He has an obsession with the letter X. Like he's named his kid X.
He
Whatever.
used to have a business called X,
Yeah.
and then didn't, and now he does again. His whole thing
SpaceX.
is always wanted to be like X.
But that's like, what's the purpose of changing Instagram to like G?
It's-
known as
it's-
Instagram.
I
People
mean,
are still calling it
No,
Twitter.
Exactly. It's not. It's
People are
not.
still saying they tweet.
It's
It's not a
basically the
smart-
Staples Center version of like, oh, you can call it the Crypto
Well,
Center.
I
never
mean,
call it
like,
the Staples Center.
so what do you call it when you respond or say something on Twitter now?
That's
Or
what I was
X?
saying.
Is it?
You X?
It's an X.
Are you Xing?
I don't-
Everyone's just edge as fuck now.
You know, I don't get it. Everyone still says, "Oh, did you see that tweet?"
Well, strategically, it's not. It wasn't. It's not a good move. Design wise, like the the logo is so like iconic.
I think people suck Elon's dick too hard.
No, that's for sure. I think
What
that
do
was
you
like
think about that from as being somebody who works in the industry for marketing? Like when they switched over, because you just said
it's
like, you
not a
basically said
smart
bad.
thing, and because it's like the design, like the official logo, it has like. It's like a weathered kind of appearance. It's not just stark black and white, and there's like some aging on it and stuff. It's like it's a bad
It's like
logo.
Bostex, right?
Yeah, and it's like it's just not good. It's not exciting. It's very generic. It's like anonymous.
But what good is it changing a known name's?
It was no, that was
Company's
a completely. It was a bad. It was a
Like,
bad
is that
move.
ever a good idea?
I think in certain cases, like they.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not
Sometimes.
completely like that, but like Johnson Johnson, you know their
Yeah.
iconic logo. It's like kind of a scripty cursive
No,
thing.
but I'm saying changing the name.
When,
There's still Johnson
when a
and Johnson,
company
though, right?
when a company f's up and they need to change their name, and so they might get bought out by a smaller company just to take on this. Like they'll buy a company out, but then take that name on to like hide their bad.
Or look at like
Okay,
Sierra
revise
Mist.
the question. Is
Sierra
it ever
Mist.
good for a company to change the name at like the height of the company?
No,
no.
Like I mean, like look at. It was never that popular, but Sierra Mist is now known as Starry.
Starzy or whatever.
Yeah.
So like you're losing all the brand recognition that
That
you
you
spent
had.
years and dollars
Yeah.
like building up, and then it's like, and it's not even good. Like X is like,
I
from a
don't
design
get it.
perspective,
I just don't-
there was no reasoning behind it. I think he's just like he wants to own it. He doesn't want it to be Twitter anymore because Twitter has like certain people associate certain things, connotations with the brand itself, and then
he's
he's like,
strange, dude.
well, like his I
I feel like
heard
it's
an
not all there
interview.
up
I
top.
heard there's an interview about like with his biographer. His biography just released, and there was something about like Grimes was saying that he has a thing he
I feel
calls
like
like
she's
demon.
not all there either. Though.
Well, yeah,
So
there's
I don't
very
believe too much of what she says.
well, no, but
either.
like he said, like he would get in these things. They call it demon mode, where he'll like
Demon
berate
time?
somebody. Yeah, demon. He'll like berate somebody and scold them and like put them down for like an hour, and then like you ask him about it a few days later, he won't remember it. It's almost like is that like bipolar or something? Like it's he's taking. They were asking him if he goes to therapy. He doesn't go to therapy, but he does take some meds, and he takes ketamine to help with like depression and stuff.
I mean, if you're blacking out and becoming someone different, that's like borderline personality. That's like a personality disorder. If you're not pretending, or I guess he could be so hopped up in the moment on adrenaline that your fight or flight goes in, and you basically the part of your brain shuts off, so you don't remember anything.
Well, I heard like it stems from like when I'm sure it's multiple reasons, but when he was a kid, his dad would like, he would get beat up at school or something, and then his dad would just like berate him and insult him for like an hour. And like a lot of it stems from that. Yeah, I know. It's like his father who made a fortune in the fucking like diamond mines in South Africa or some shit.
Oh no, poor Elon.
Yeah, so I mean, like, it's interesting learning about it, but like I know there's people that just like love him.
If it was 99 cents a month, because it sounds like the whole what they're selling it on is it's like to catch bots, because bots, who's going to pay for the bot?
How can't Elon just find the bots? How come he can't just find them though? Why does he got to catch them?
I think
Because
I don't
it's
know,
a
it
free
must be
service,
really
and you
hard.
can like automate signing up or whatever, or hire
It's
people.
hard to catch a bot, but I can go to space. Something's not adding up.
I don't know enough about it, but I would imagine that it must be really hard to catch a bot because bots are still running rampant with misinformation.
And it's
Like I
just
said,
it's
Jet
just
Propulsion
so
is the
it's
easiest
just
thing
so
ever.
many. I think it's just a sheer number of like they could
It
sign up
doesn't
for
make
fake
no
accounts.
sense to me.
I don't know, but it's kind of hard for you to say because you don't know the background on either. Like maybe Jet Propulsion's got to be hard, but it's.
Do you know when you're being advertised to 90% of the time? Do you know when you're being advertised to 90% of the time?
I'd
Wait,
like to say yeah.
Are you
It's just a question.
saying like
Like,
do
in
you know
general.
you're being
Sold.
advertised 90% of the time?
Do
like
you know
you
when
are being advertised
you are being
to?
advertised to at least 90% of the time.
Of your day,
Yes.
that something's being
Yes.
sold to
Do
you.
you know? When
Are you asking this as a question or are you
This is
making
the
it as a
question.
statement?
No, it's a question. Do you feel like you can at least catch 90% of advertising that comes across your eyes?
I think I can. Like mine
I'd
is very
imagine so.
physical. Like
Okay.
it's like
Granted.
I will say
Right.
like podcasts,
You're right.
commercials,
Right.
and like they'll talk about products.
Kind of
And then when
simple,
I'm
especially if you're into it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
And then like the targeted
So
ads
how
on
would
Instagram
it be
are
so
very-
hard to catch bots?
No, that's what I'm saying. The sheer number of bots, like because like even on like
What would be
Instagram.
difficult about it, though? I don't get it.
Well, you have to like probably like somebody has to get approval to like manually delete the account of each one. I don't think they could just completely wipe it out because if they do, like
I'm just
inevitably you're
saying,
still going to get
this
caught.
is my not scientific, mathematical mind, but you're one of the like industry leaders in like science shit and computer shit, and yet you can't figure out.
the whole thing is
bots.
he
can't
does
figure out bots.
he does have an understanding of like the engineering side of
You
things,
can't
but
figure out bots.
he's not the head of like he's the head, but he doesn't. It's like
Do you understand what my question is? Like how my
no,
statement
but
at least.
no, but I'm also saying he reduced the Twitter like
Yeah,
the amount
by
of employees.
80%.
Yeah, so it's like there's literally just not enough people to go through and do that because they still have to do content moderation to a certain extent, keep the things running, servers, everything back end. But like probably all the people that could have done that could have reassigned people to do that. They're fucking fired. So
I just don't
nobody
think it's
can
that
do it.
hard to find bots. I just think it's more lucrative to have bots.
That too. I mean, there's
I mean, why would he be wanting to get them off the platform then?
I don't think he necessarily wants to get them off the platform. I think he wants people to pay for the platform and by telling people he's going to be removing bots. When theoretically,
Well, no, you're not. Basically, you remove them because
how
his idea is
how
because
could they remove him in 2 months if you can't remove him now?
he's saying all of them will have to pay. So like if
just
it's
to have an account.
just to have an account,
It'll
you
be
have to pay.
subscription based. Like,
So-
What's stopping a bot account from being paid?
well, then it'll be.
But that's what I'm saying.
it's
Whoever
not-
owns, if like bots are usually run by like giant like firms, you know, it's like there's like hundreds of them. So if it's like $10 a month, if he decides, and let's say there's 1,000 bots, is somebody going to spend that much money to have all the bots open, pay every
If
single
it's
one?
They could, but like
they're streaming farms. They do this for music. That's what they do. They have houses that just have computers and they just stream music over and over and over again. Those are bots.
well, like I think I could see
Mm-hmm.
where he's coming from, but at the same time, it's like there were also people will still have bots. They're willing to pay, and maybe there's less now, so like people will not be able to tell the difference.
I feel like it's one of those like snake oil tricks. It's like, oh, I can take away the bots if you pay me, but if you don't pay me, they got to stay.
Well, it's also because the advertising
no
revenue is down like 60%, and so he's just he's trying like throwing up whatever
no
against the
sense.
wall and see what sticks,
he
because
can
he's
take
just
away the bots tomorrow, but he can't take them away today.
he's just floundering. I think that's just kind of like
is.
because
I don't know
he doesn't
enough
he's
about
not
it.
good. He's not good at social stuff.
I mean, I hear what you're saying, but I feel like you're just throwing out like a.
No, but doesn't that make sense? If he can take him away in 2 months, why can't he just take him off now and keep the service for free?
Because he's doing it from the functionality, like from a, like I don't think it's that easy to find bots. If it was that easy to find bots, I genuinely think that we would have less of them.
Because I think if he made an algorithm to get rid of or delete the accounts of all bots, of all the bots, he would also be deleting people's genuine accounts
So
that
then in
that
theory,
might
you
be.
guys are saying AI is already taken over.
Well, AI is
That's
used
the
in
case.
like
If we can't
almost.
figure out what a bot is before we have AI.
Well, no,
that's
you're
running
asking.
rampant.
You're like, can
Yeah.
I tell? Yeah, I could tell, but I'm not a bot. I'm not AI.
But that's what
like-
I'm saying. If somebody at Twitter their job is to do this shit, yeah, I'm pretty sure they know how to fucking figure out where a bots come from, how to find them. But I also think it's lucrative to have bots for both sides, the platform and for the people that are using bots.
Well, I think ultimately because Twitter isn't seeing like revenue from the bots, like companies are, individual companies.
Exactly.
It's profitable for the companies, but not the platform. But they're still using bandwidth. They're
But
still
it is
using
good
server.
for the platform because the platform has more people on it.
Well, not
Whether they're-
really.
It
No,
does
you can
because if
tell-
they're
no,
bots,
No, because
because
the
of-
engagement's different.
Yeah,
Engagement's
engagement's
completely
down.
different.
There's no engagement from. There's like a few people will fall for it and click through it, but it's mostly what they get money from that drives it is advertising revenue, and it's down so much. Like, unless there's, I think maybe rebranding it was a thing. Like, okay, that was Twitter. Now try like X. Like we're different, so advertise with us. I think it's advertising
I just
revenue
think
that he's seeking.
It serves both. I feel like it helps both people. If your Kim Kardashian and Instagram takes away bots, your 45 million subscribers now goes to 23. You're not as famous as you once looked. Instagram has less subscribers now because they have less bots. Same thing for Twitter. If you don't have bots, your platform's smaller.
Yeah, but it doesn't change the actual monetary.
It may not change, but monetary isn't just made from actually. It's optics.
I think though the majority of people know that all of those followers, there's thousands, hundreds of thousands that aren't real. Like if everyone dropped at the same time, if all of a sudden everything drops at the same time, then it still stays the same. Your Ronaldo still has the most followers, kind of scenario. Like it doesn't change just because somebody has.
Can you necessarily say that though?
Yeah,
Well, because on
How,
Instagram
though?
they do have sweeps where they will like a certain amount of like bots and fake accounts will be wiped from the server, and like people do notice it. Like, okay, say Kylie, I don't know how many, or somebody will have like
God amount.
5 million followers, and then it might go down to like 4.5 after the sweep, or like 4.2. Like it's noticeable, but I mean. You get like people who view your stories that are obvious bots and people who send you messages and
I
stuff.
sucked your dicks.
Yeah,
But that's what I'm saying.
Unfortunately, that's
don't
fake.
bots help all around?
No,
I don't think so because it's like it's
basically
like
inflation.
they operate on sheer quantity of bots. Like they're sending out 1,000.
Okay,
Messages?
I'm not saying they help like actually do good, but I'm saying it helps the optics for both the company or the creator or whoever has the number of bots on their page. It's an optic game. That's how entertainment is
No, but
optics.
like you said it yourself. Like you could buy followers, but eventually
and-
you get found out, and they will always you'll
how
get
many
wiped
people
out.
more than not have bot followers though?
Yeah, but they're not making money off that.
Not
Like,
at the moment,
You're saying that like there's where there's correlation, like there's like a cause. Like I don't like. Yes, if you see somebody with like 10 million followers, you might be like, wow, that person's really cool. But whether I click and follow that person or not, they're not making more money off
They
of.
are though, because you're not the one giving them advertising dollars. A company will see that 10 million and be like, "Oh, you have a 10 million outreach. I'm going to give you this money to market my product."
And then after they don't, then they'll follow up with you and be like, I didn't get anything from you.
well, if you had 10 million, you would get something.
I'm just saying, like, I don't see how bots. Yeah, I don't see that connection. How you're saying like bots make it better.
I'm saying it increases the optic, and that's what entertainment is. It's an optic game.
I think it goes to a certain extent, yeah, optics, but like you'll because say somebody has 10 million followers, so we'll give you $100,000 for placement, and they'll see. I think the resulting thing of like, they'll give them one ad, and if there's only a certain amount of engagement, I think the benefit of the bots stops there. You won't get any engagement from the bots. I think it does
just enough. That's benefiting you enough as it is, because you're
but it goes,
getting that look to get that.
Well, the
that
individual
chance.
users, yeah, but it's a dead end after a certain.
But you're getting
thing.
at least some monetary gain for that optic, right? Or are we just going to glaze past that?
No, like that's why I said it gets there. It's for a certain specific thing.
That's all
it's not.
it is, though.
It's
If
not
you
the
don't
company.
have the
It's
optics,
like it's
if you
the
have-
user.
But how do you get that placement without having the followers?
No, but still, the platform doesn't see that.
What do you mean?
The platforms, whether Twitter or Instagram, they make the money off of
It's
advertising.
So the more people that are on there helps them, right? So the more people that think
No,
are on
but
a
it's
page,
engagement.
I get it's engagement too, but it also helps if they're
The
getting,
bots aren't clicking anything though. It's all.
Sometimes they are though.
No, it's users clicking. They might click on a bot page or respond to it, but that's
Bots
engagement.
put up comments. They do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, but they're commenting. They're not like that. That's like not good for the platform. I'm saying it's good for the user,
I get
like what you're saying,
That's
but not
good
for the
Yeah, I
platform.
get what you're saying. Okay, yeah, it's good for the user.
Yeah.
It may not be, I guess, the greatest for.
Yeah, because like their bots
platform.
are still clogging up the servers. They're using a bandwidth, but like yeah, it's good for the user, but not necessary for the platform. But I think Twitter's a sinking ship.
Well,
That's obvious.
That
Just
is
like
obvious.
NFTs are worthless now. I think we can just glaze past that. Everybody, we didn't need to. There didn't need to be a report on that.
Just so everyone knows what they already knew. NFTs are worthless.
Yeah, people
But
kind of were
how did
suspecting
that drop so fast though?
because it like
Like, where is this fake value from?
well, like what you said, like celebrities were buying it and they were posting them like optics. People were showing it on fucking the Tonight Show where they would come. Here's a picture of my fucking stupid NFT. And people are like, oh, like let's give this crudely drawn illustration that was put together by AI. Oh, I have one of a shitty drawing. Like, what is that? People, it took people to realize that.
Then artists, because that was like the best scam for artists over.
Well,
people
but
that
yeah,
have money.
I mean,
Right?
yeah, but you're still championing an
For a
artist
moment.
to like
to make money and have a living.
Yeah, but it's like still. It's not so much like the artists themselves, but it's like the hype around it, which is you could say that
that's
for
what I'm saying.
anything.
It was the ironic, like if that happened to the fine art realm, that would be hilarious. Because only people that are
mean-
buying fine art are rich people.
Well, that did
Right.
happen with NFTs because this
And
one.
then if somehow the value of fine art could literally just go to zero, I would feel like that was funny.
Well, no, because it did have like this. I think it's Beeple crap or something. He sold an NFT for like $1 million, and then people
It
were
just
like
kept on
in the
going
world.
down and
No, they
down.
were like, oh shit, NFTs are something. He was like the big NFT thing,
oh, he
and
was
then
the one who opened the door.
then Bored Ape Yacht Club, stupid ass fucking thing. It took off after that. Like they were like, oh, there's money in NFTs. That kickstarted it, and then people were like, oh, NFTs.
Are
They're not
real,
tangible.
right?
They're nothing. Like there is value. I'm like, for an artist to make money. Like I bought a bunch,
Other
but not
than like
yeah.
the art, what is the purpose of it?
It's basically to like help out the artist. Like I'm buying like this guy makes 5 images of a thing. I'm like, oh, I'll buy one of them. It's
But
just
that's all
it's-
it was, right? There was
it's
no
literally to support
blockchaining
the
or
artist.
nothing, right?
It
It
does
was-
that doesn't even matter at this point. It's like you
Not
could
with
you
that,
could
yeah.
right click save as, That's all you could do. It's really to the artist, but then it's like where these generative AI things with certain qualities, limited edition ones, that is just like that's a fucking scam.
And that's what
to-
I'm saying.
to make the most out of
me
things.
as like an artist, I feel good that artists did get over on people this one time.
Well, yeah, but you support scammers as long as they're making money for.
Speaking
the
of
thing.
scammers, DJ Envy.
Mr. Scammer. I feel bad for him too, though, because he wasn't scamming necessarily.
You feel bad for weird people. Like you on weird things. Like
I don't like to go with the regular dude. It's not fun.
But are you just
But, like,
doing?
why do
you're,
you
you're
feel
just
bad
not
for him?
You're just going with him just
Because,
to.
it was
to
his
do that.
choice. It's his choice.
It was his choice, but
So why
he
you feel
was
bad
scammed.
for him?
He was scammed
How do you know?
because he was scammed.
But
That's
that's
why
his
he put his
choice.
face on it. You're right. He got manipulated, and I feel bad for him. I'm showing empathy, Sean.
I feel
His
like
empathy settings higher this week.
I feel,
What? I don't have to show empathy for everything. I'm choosing to show empathy for this one situation.
That's
Because
true.
I care about actually DJ Envy, and I'm a fan of what he does. So just like anyone else who would care about something, you only care about something because of investing. I've invested to the brand of DJ Envy.
does he
which
give him
makes
back
me-
to you?
He does with
Content.
content. Yeah.
But do you think he was completely ignorant of the whole thing? You don't think
I
he
do.
was at least a
I
little
do think
bit
he was
like
completely ignorant
cognizant?
because they were putting on conventions for 10,000 people for real estate.
You want to break it down the scam?
Yeah, so basically it's just a Ponzi real estate scam. The dude he linked up with, who he was bringing on the Breakfast Club, was basically just taking people's money, putting it over here, then telling other people that they could buy a house that was already invested in with other people's money, and it just kept on going and going and going.
Classic Ponzi.
Ponzi.
It's like you
It's-
could
it's
say
the
it anyway.
class- yeah,
It's like
it's the-
always the same.
It's the same thing. He was taking from Peter to pay Paul, but wasn't paying Paul all of what he owed. You know what I mean?
And like that does suck because that's Bernie Madoff. That's like all these people. But it's like also at the same time, if you're making investments, they're not doing the people who invest. They're not doing due diligence.
all the people that invested weren't doing due diligence, and they had the money to burn.
Yeah. So a fool and his money are soon parted.
It sucks, but everyone because it's not. They're not hitting anyone that didn't invest anything less than like 150,000.
That's a lot of money. To
It's
invest in
bread, bro.
something.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't like people were. It wasn't like 5,000. It was like some people were putting like $850,000 in with like a 40% return guaranteed.
Yeah,
in
anything.
6 months.
Yeah, that like if you think that sounds attractive, like I gotta fucking.
It does sound attractive, but you think that sounds real?
Yeah, no, like exactly. How did you make that money? And was it by making stupid business deals? I don't think so. So like, you think this is going to be this is a
it's
smart
just a
one?
classic Ponzi. But
It's
no,
a
I
grift.
do feel bad for Envy because I truly don't think that someone of his stature would just go on a Ponzi scheme. He's on the radio, a nationally syndicated show every day of the week. Like that would be just stupid. And I don't think he's that stupid.
Well, you think about he also was accused of purchasing several properties in Patterson, New Jersey.
That's all true.
Undervaluing them.
That's all true.
Is this in
That's
connection
all
to the
true.
thing?
Yeah, no, that's all.
Yeah,
That's
well,
all true.
yeah, because
Okay, well,
he
that's all
said
true.
Doesn't sound so innocent
what
right
he
now.
said was he was never involved with any of the deals,
The money,
negotiations, or
yeah.
partnerships that came into question from the initial.
The
and he
Caesar
said he
dude
gave
or whatever.
500.
Initial.
Yeah.
The initial, and he's like, "Oh, I gave 500,000 too, and I'm also a victim." But then it's like.
Because he is and he isn't.
And then it was all like he also though
a
was
guilty
accused
victim.
of purchasing
He's a guilty
several
victim.
properties, undervaluing them, and then
Selling them.
selling
Oh,
them.
saying that these are these
He
multi-million dollar
did-
properties.
No,
or
the dude was
something like that.
making money off of this scheme, and he did show Envy how to actually make money. Envy wasn't the one scamming other people. Envy just took the knowledge he gave him and did apply it to buying property. Now, where the other dude was doing, he was taking people's money. Envy only used his own money, which is why I feel bad for him being drug into this. He didn't take anyone's money.
No,
He didn't-
yeah, it said
He
that.
didn't take anyone's money. He didn't invest anyone's money or nothing like that. It was only the one dude. Envy was literally just a face being like, hey, which was true. I did invest in this and I'm seeing a return.
Do you think he's? You think he's?
It's
You
going to
think
be
it's
up
gonna-
in the
any of
air.
it's gonna
It's
stick?
going to be up in the air because it could.
Because he's just as liable because he was
is.
promoting it.
He's just he brought the dude on the Breakfast Club, which is why I'm invested because I seen the dude and I thought he was legit. Which is what
Trey, I thought you could spot a fucking
you
grift
can't
from a mile
because
away.
He tells you, "Oh, I learned all this in jail and stuff." You're like, "Damn, that's most of them." It's like, you know what?
I think most schemes you learn in jail are not necessarily.
What I'm saying. So it's just like, okay, well, how clean?
Oh, he
is
learns
this?
the grift in jail.
It
Then.
kind of sounds like he's gonna get off
he's
because the
not,
dude
like-
Caesar Penas,
Is
who's
he
actually
taking liability for it?
Caesar and Jennifer Penas are
Yeah.
the ones that were the people
main
did it,
people, yeah.
and the guy Caesar said that DJ Envy was never part of it.
I think he
So,
might get a
sounds
monetary
like he'll-
fine.
But it's perception, and you know.
But it was a crazy promised amount. He was promised to make $17,000 per month. What the fuck?
bro, it's like that's what I'm saying. Like, yes. I feel
it's too
bad
good
for
to be
him
true.
because he's gonna get the public backlash, which he's getting right now. That I feel like he doesn't deserve, but he did do some.
Well, yeah, like
I think
I'm
they
saying,
threw
he
his
is.
name on
He's.
it
I
to
think
make
he's
sure
a
that
smart
it's
guy.
Sick.
And it's
did.
stupid that you thought that you can make that much money from
Also
doing minimal
that.
amount of work.
Also
That is what it is.
If anyone ever says they can make you rich for cheap or free or get you
Or
rich
easy.
quick, they're lying.
But
to
where
you.
I feel bad for him is where I believed envy is because like I don't feel like you're gonna bring a Bernie Madoff on your Breakfast Club shove multiple times and then tell him to tell people how to make money in the same Ponzi scheme.
Well, that's what they thought about Bernie Madoff because like celebrities got grifted too. You know, like
Yeah, but it wasn't like you're right. You're right.
it's all the like that's
Yeah.
it's all the same snake oil. It's just different. It's a different
It's
label.
a different label. No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
But yeah.
Absolutely right. No, you're right.
Damn.
Yeah, I think he might get like he'll get some like probation, community service, a fine or something, but no time.
For him, no time, but it's going to be the public perception that's going to mess with his money.
See, I don't think so though, because this is a small time.
it's a
This
small-
is small. Like this is the kind of thing that goes like
under the radar.
really under the
Because it's
radar.
blue collar crime.
Exactly.
Or white collar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
like
this
I mean,
ain't a big deal.
850,000 is a lot, especially if
For
you're
one
losing
person,
it.
but there's over 20 people in the lawsuit,
But-
right?
But yeah, like no, but like Bernie Madoff, that was
Oh,
like
he was
hundreds
doing
of
hundreds
people,
of-
and that's millions of
hundreds
dollars.
of
So it's like
millions, yeah.
that's it's a drop in the bucket
No,
compared
you're
to
right.
that shit.
'Cause
So
it's probably like, I think they're trying to get him for probably maybe 10 million total.
That's a lot.
It is
if
a
he
lot.
only put in 500,000 in, and
Well,
he,
I don't know what they're trying to hit envy with. I'm saying the other dude. The other dude. Maybe like
yeah, it
10
doesn't say
million.
anything on how many.
Yeah, I think it was over 20 people that for sure he took advantage of. Because he was writing checks that were bouncing for like 200 grand, post dating checks. Because people were rolling up, be like, "Hey, I need my money, bro. It's been like a year, and I drove by this place where you said it's almost done being built, and it hasn't even been started."
yeah,
Classic Ponzi.
yeah, sounds about right.
Classic Ponzi.
So we got a couple. I guess there's just a couple other things to cover before we wrap up. Sean, you seem to be the worm guy. Can you tell us about these worms that are invading? What's up with these worms?
All right. So two things.
Hitman.
I don't want to be a worm guy, but
You're the worm guy too bad.
I think it's crazy
like
that
Heidi Klum.
Is Heidi Klum a worm chick?
Well, she did that Halloween costume.
Oh, she
She's
dressed up
the
as
worm.
the worm. Classic. I wonder what she was like,
Going for it?
or think like. When did she? Well, she went for a worm and she slayed it. She looked like one. Like, was that like a late night like?
Well,
thought,
there was
like,
a big thing
They
like.
do a lot more drugs than we think they do.
Well, there's also this thing like this meme going around like, would you love me if I was a worm? Would you still love me if I was a worm?
Oh, at the same
Maybe
time.
maybe she kind of ran with that,
Wouldn't
and
that
then
be
Seal.
bestiality? I'm just asking. I don't know.
Well, I mean, look, would you love me if I was a worm?
No.
And like she was married to Seal, and then they're getting divorced, so maybe he wouldn't love her if she was a worm because she was a worm.
Seal had a face.
Mm-hmm. Only
did.
a face only Heidi Klum could love.
So basically there's like two things that I've seen come up a lot in like health. One is that like people are catching like fungus diseases, like the things that were like it was like a fungus that always like only affected like plants, and now it's getting into people's like lungs and stuff like
People are
that.
trying to microdose too much, man.
I mean, yeah, something like or the weather, the heat of the planet, something like that. But basically, there's this brain parasite. It's a brain worm, and it gets transmitted by slugs, and it goes from a slug into a human brain. And in the slug,
How though? I'm missing the leap.
Wouldn't you say there was like it goes from like rats or dogs?
yeah,
to
it's
slug?
rats. It goes from
Rats.
a rat.
But is it like the movies where they show you and it's like that crazy slug and it just goes in your nose?
What's a worm? So it's like a little.
Oh,
It's not
like
a
parasite.
It's a parasite worm. Yeah. So the parasite's called the rat lungworm. And
It's pretty straightforward.
And but it can get into people's brains. So it starts in the rat's lungs, then it hops into a slug, and when it's in the slug, it turns the slug into a zombie. So it controls the slug's
But
movements.
when
and
you say
everything.
slug, this is still a parasitic sized slug, right?
No. The worm goes from the rat into the slug.
How does it go
It's a
from the
worm.
rat to the slug though? Does it vomit on it, or do they eat the slugs?
It might be.
Maybe.
It might be that or the slugs eat the shit. From. The,
Oh,
Yeah.
slugs love shit, don't they?
Yeah. So, and of course, undercooked shellfish is always a possibility. I don't know how the fecal gets in there, but it is. But basically, what happens is once you eat it, somehow it gets into you. Somehow this worm gets into your brain, and the thought is if this worm can control a snail or slug, will it have the power to
Does
control
it have
brain?
anybody yet?
Yeah.
Are they?
Was it that lady?
zombified or no?
Was it that lady? No, I don't think it was that lady, but some people in Hawaii, of all places, man, they can.
Are they still okay?
They're not okay.
No, they're zombies now.
It's like life threatening.
Oh, that's not okay.
Yeah.
Zombies.
But I don't think anyone's died yet. Or one person has, I guess. Oh, and of course, it's also in Florida.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
What's not in Florida?
They get all the cool stuff over there.
But
don't
it's
they?
crazy, man. It goes from that's the path, and then and they're ugly, of course. So it says it's rarely fatal, but it can be, and it can cause meningitis and long-lasting neurological symptoms.
Like
Like,
you're gonna say, could cause Men in Black.
why would
Well, if
why
they
would
turn
that be
into-
the thing?
If they turn
That
into
looks like a
zombies,
space worm.
if they turn into zombies, you got to get the Men in
It's
Black.
the
to
ones that
control
drink
them.
the coffee.
Zed.
Hey.
What's up, Agent J?
Yeah. So basically, if you catch this, you will slowly turn into a little coffee drinking worm, which kind of looks like the aliens, the Mexico aliens, which just a little update on the Mexico aliens. So they were tested by, I guess, the Mexican government, and they said that they're aliens.
I'm pretty sure that was cake.
Yeah, and
Alien
then NASA was like, we want a third party to check that out. So we're
waiting on confirmation.
yeah. Do you think though? Okay, so if NASA says they are, does that make you feel like would you believe it if Mexico? Because the Mexico government's like
I believe Mexico.
they're real.
I believe them.
Yeah,
They got money.
You really-
electricity.
just
Like
that's all. That's all trade
need
needs
money and
for you. If
electricity.
you ever want trade to believe you, just money and
Hey.
Well, I
electricity.
mean, like they're a government like ours. They I can't believe them too much. You can believe a little bit of them. Fuck, maybe it's real. But
I'd say send them to India.
the
I don't know
alien
why.
or the
The aliens for some processing because they have money, they have electricity. Or Venezuela. They were found in Venezuela or Peru.
do you think they're real? And then that's
I
just
just-
what comes to
I
how
just
much
think-
proof do you need for them to be real?
No, I just
Determined
think
real.
like it to me. It seems like why would something look like a humanoid if it's not from this planet? Like that part doesn't make sense to me. Like
I'm
why?
just saying it's not from this planet.
Then it's not an
Well,
alien.
Trey's just saying that they're us from the future.
If it's
and
it's
we're
an
so highly
alien,
evolved.
if it's an alien, then because the reason why I said the alien is because its DNA is not part of
1/3 of the DNA is
Yeah.
not.
'Cause they were born on Mars
But that's still why
they're
would they
us.
look like us though?
because they're us, but from Mars.
So we were on Mars.
We're going to go on Mars.
Well, he thinks it's us from the future going, but they went too
Back.
far in the past and they
Exactly.
died in the algae mines.
Exactly.
It's interstellar.
So yeah. So basically,
I understand so much now because of watching that movie.
so basically, you just think that everything's.
Interstellar.
Well, if a movie was made about it, then it's real.
No, but I think that
Speed.
low key, after seeing those aliens and them saying they're real, the only thing, like you said, doesn't make sense that they would have to be from here. So they're just us from the future, or from the way long in the past.
Well, I feel like,
they say it's 1,000 years old.
Yeah, that's
but
what
from the
it's-
future.
Yeah.
Wait,
They
would
died
that
here 1,000 years ago.
in the
but
algae mines?
From now, it's 1,000 years in the future. They
What do you
went
think
back
was in the
time.
algae mines that they needed?
Algae, obviously.
Duh. I guess so. That makes
That oh well, they're saying that algae
Algae.
can be turned into like some sort of biodiesel alternative
Yup.
fuel. So
Algae's
they're
the
trying to
key-
get back home.
Algae's the key for everything.
Dang, so they had
there's-
DeLorean, and their DeLorean, they had to
powered by algae.
algae.
If they can
Algae
get the algae, they can survive because
Mm.
you know.
The name of the alien Algae Lorian. Oh, what?
Like
Sure.
Like
Did Alf,
be
did,
sure.
Alf have a, did Alf have a last name?
Alf, no.
Alfalfa.
Algae, sure.
I think Alf stood for something.
Oh, alien life form.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
dang.
Pull that out real quick.
That was
Is that what
pretty
it
good.
was?
Yeah, probably.
It was a good show. I don't know what he was like
He
a
ate
brown
cats.
croissant.
He ate cats though. I can't approve. Of
Did
that.
he eat cats?
Yep, he ate cats.
He killed them?
Well, I'm sure they didn't live inside him after he ate them, because he probably had to chew them.
Mm. I was more of a Harry and the Henderson type of kid.
He was friendly, but something not right with that Bigfoot.
Yeah,
I was more of a dinosaurs, not the mama kind of guy.
dinosaurs was great.
Well, I mean,
real
really,
monsters.
I was a small wonder.
You were a small wonder.
You are a small wonder.
Yeah, you don't let anybody put you down. You're still wonderful, despite your vertical deficiencies.
Depravities.
Yeah,
No, you're definitely depraved. That's for sure.
Damn, vertically.
yeah.
Vertically deprived.
It's okay though.
It's okay.
You're allowed to be.
I guess one last thing, because you were saying it earlier. You guys down to do some sober October?
Sober October. No drinking, no smoking.
Can I smoke
Water.
cigarettes?
I
Or vape?
I would say no.
No, that makes sense.
Kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah, that kind of defeats the
Well, then,
purpose.
can I not drink coffee either?
Can you have
I was
sex?
also gonna say no on that.
How about sex?
That's fine.
Serotonin's a drug, though, or dopamine, or
You
both.
can't take it out of your body.
Oh, you want to try?
You get to go and lobotomize yourself real quick.
Some comes out.
Compassion comes. out.
Compassion.
Compassion is
That was
a drug.
good.
That's what Trey's word. Compassion.
Everything's compassion.
Yeah, I feel like I mean, 31 days sober.
No coffee, because sometimes that's the only
I don't
way I
do
get
coffee.
through the
What
day.
about sugar?
That's fine.
Because you can't get sugar out it.
I was thinking because I was gonna say no to that, but that's too.
When is October? How many days I got to indulge myself?
7.
Yeah, you got 7
I
days,
got 7 deadly days. of
and I
sin
figure
left.
that's enough time. Plus, this is also 1 month off before we go to Nutho's wedding, so it's kind of like a nice like.
I did low key want to either stop drinking or smoking.
Well,
did
here
say
you
that.
go. Here's your month.
Hey, you can see how it is to do
But
a
we gotta all
podcast
do it.
with no booze.
You can't lie.
No, you can't lie. You
What
can tell
happens if you cheat?
if you cheat
What happens if you cheat?
or you.
What are we doing?
I mean, you gotta say you break.
yeah, but what I'm saying, what's the consequences?
You gotta eat a wing.
Oh, that's a good one. 5 bites. No, that's me.
No,
3.
that's too much.
3.
Like I would say, like a bite.
I do 2 again. Like 2's like
Are we doing it? Okay, I could kind of get behind that.
yeah. Or you can put money on it, but money on it means you have to pay the. It's not a pot. You'd be paying out to
who's last the longest.
Yeah. So
But then if we all last, then nobody
then
gets
no
money.
one gets it, which is I don't. I'm not trying to eat no wings. That's for sure.
Oh, the
I can eat a
coffee's
wing
going to
once
be
or
the
twice,
hardest
so I'm
thing.
down.
Yeah, I know coffee's gonna be
I
tough.
could eat a wing once or twice.
That means no tea either.
That
Yeah, tea can be good, but it has to be uncaffeinated.
yeah, you can do herbal teas.
Herbal teas.
To-
I can't.
No caffeine.
No sleepy time tea to replace coffee.
No
That's fine.
chamomile? You can
No,
do
but then that'll
chamomile.
just make me very
Because
sleepy.
that's just the sun.
You can do chamomile. But no energy drinks.
No
Nope.
caffeine. Because
No
no
caffeine.
basically no stimulant.
So
Like,
no
you take-
sodas.
I mean,
I would almost say no then.
I'm kind of with this.
yeah, I would say no sodas.
But hot chocolate has caffeine, and it's going to be cozy season. Though.
Wait, no, just do cacao.
Mm.
Do like real chocolate. Like do dark chocolate. There's no caffeine
or
in dark
just do the
chocolate.
Swiss Miss powder and water.
That's just not
ca-
even chocolate.
Yeah. Oh, then I guess problem
Wait,
solved.
is
right?
there caffeine in Swiss Miss? I don't think so.
That's mocha.
Yeah, I don't think there's
No,
any.
no. I'm talking like regular hot chocolate
Okay, yeah,
has
regular
caffeine in it.
yeah.
A small amount, probably way less than soda.
I
But
would
it's
say
there.
no soda.
No soda.
So like, can I have decaf?
There's only
coffee?
5 milligrams. I think you're okay.
Okay.
You can have decaf. That's fine. Because you don't have. It's
Oh,
like
can I have non-alcoholic booze?
yeah, if you really
Oh,
want.
welcome to the. You can see
if
how
you
it is.
want,
I'm all.
full just smashing.
Fucking, I killed this
40
12-pack
of them.
of fucking.
Y'all, I fly over to Rome just to get some CBD weed and bring it back.
You can buy that here too, you know.
I know.
But it's not the same.
But I got to go to
Ain't
Rome.
the same.
I don't want the GMO to America shit.
Yeah. All right. So you could do. I mean, 5 milligrams to me of caffeine
In hot chocolate?
In hot chocolate.
I'm kind of
I feel
intrigued.
like
I'm
that's
kind of
not-
down. I'm kind of down.
But
Ooh.
yeah, but like no coffee, no tea, no energy drinks
No
like that.
cigarettes.
No cigarettes, no vape, no weed
Okay.
or edibles, no
Fuck, that's gonna be.
no
That's gonna
alcohol.
be tough. That could be a little easier.
I think I could do decaf. Wait, how is there? There's got. I feel like
It's a trace.
okay.
in
So
decaf.
it's like 5%.
It's
like
like
0.5% or something.
Yeah.
All right, I'm down to shake on it.
Do you want to do the? Are we good with?
Shawnee?
Are we good with the wing or what?
That's fine. Every time you cheat, 2 bites.
Oh shit. Because I was gonna say if I break it and they'll say
You
fuck
have
it
to.
after
You
that.
gotta like.
You
and
know
it-
what? No. 'Cause
you gotta hold-
I'll be a proponent to cheating because I know I can take it. after 3 cheats, it doubles. And
How
then
about you gotta
every
do the
time after
Howlin'
that-
plus plus?
Yeah, and then every time after that, you gotta like eat more. It's
So it'll be like
exponential.
it'll be 2, then it'll be
God.
4.
First 2 cheats, you 2 bites, but then after that,
No, one cheat's 2 bites. If you cheat,
I said 1 cheat, 2 bites.
I think it should double
Second
after
cheat,
that.
2 bites.
No, I think second cheat should be 4 bites, and then third cheat,
Okay.
eat the whole fucking wing,
oh
dog.
my god!
No,
I'm
no.
down with it. I was gonna say the first 2 cheats, 2 bites each, but after that,
That's
it
4,
doubles
yeah.
exponential.
So then 8 on the third one.
Yup.
Cheating.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Yup.
And you gotta be
You got honest.
You gotta be honest.
That's what I'm
honest,
saying. You gotta
honest,
be
honest. Which is gonna
Uh,
be easy on Saturdays for all of us to be honest. That's pretty straightforward. But you gotta be honest about.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Ah, fuck. I'll be eating wings once or twice.
I appreciate your
Wait.
your optimism.
Also, question:
Every other
if you
vice-
cheat, is it the every time
Every
or the
time.
day?
Yeah,
Every
no.
time.
So if you have 2 beers, that's 2 cheats.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
No, I would even say like
Yeah.
Or
one
2
one
drinks.
drink is a cheat.
Ooh, well, I mean, we're being strict. Yeah.
All right,
You're
yeah.
being strict.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
if it's
just-
one drink, it could be one really long,
One
like
really
just
long-
Yeah,
chug the
yeah,
beer.
yeah.
You know what? I
That
can have
counts,
2
though.
bites of this. Let me shotgun this.
Yeah,
32
I would.
ounce.
Say, no, you do a whole fucking
tall,
a whole like fucking bottle of wine. You're just like,
With
I
the
did it
straw,
one
with the
thing.
straw out
With
so
the
you
straw
can
out,
fucking
you're like,
just down it.
but you're gonna be doing that with like a fifth, a jack. Or something.
Oh God.
I give myself 2 times to while out. And I had to while out crazy, smoke a whole blunt to the head.
Yeah, you have to don't stop.
But it
don't
has to be
stop,
in one,
don't
in one
stop, don't
pull, one
stop.
pull, like one hit,
pull.
one hit.
You
I
do
mean,
the
if you're gonna
ash
do that,
stroke.
you might as well just do the. You must fucking a volcano.
Facts,
So,
facts.
like if you're
got
gonna-
one boy just ashing all the way down. Like, is he gonna do it?
Nufo's got a volcano, so if you wanna,
Does, huh?
Oh man.
All
All
right,
right.
I'm kinda down,
All right,
I'm
you
kinda
guys
down.
got us all then. Sober October.
You got to keep us accountable.
Yeah. If you want to join in.
Join, yeah, you should.
should let us
let
know.
us know.
Yeah.
Take your health serious, guys. We're not here forever. We're here for a good time,
Not a long time.
Yeah. Basically.
Well,
so we're just gonna basically this also means once November 1st hits, we're just gonna blow it out.
yeah, November 1st, right before. Hey, are you gonna
Buy that ticket yet?
Buy that ticket.
Yeah, I am.
Did you buy it already?
No, I didn't.
All right. That's good. That's good.
I just came to realizations that everything was good. What, on Tuesday or Wednesday when I told you?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's true. And we're gonna record out there, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So we will.
We gotta figure a way out for like mics
I
or
was literally in
something.
limbo. I knew I was going, but it was
box it.
like always like, how long can I go?
Yeah. I got you.
You know what I mean? 'Cause
Yeah.
it's like, okay, maybe I can only go for 2 days type shit. You know what I mean? But that's not the case no more.
Well, you got our flight time, so
I do have it.
yeah.
And then the one that Nufo sent too, but I'm going to try to get your guys' first.
Mm-hmm.
he just wants more friends.
I'll be there.
I believe.
Well, also, are we gonna land and stay in San Jose, or are we gonna
for
drive?
a night? I
For the
think
night?
we're gonna. Yeah, we're gonna
It makes
stay
it
out
way
there a
better
night,
if
and
all
then
of
we might
us-
even have to stay a night afterwards.
We're gonna
I'm
go
going.
back.
Oh, you're going.
I think I'm
out
going
now.
back.
Okay.
He looks at his watch like as if it's tomorrow.
No, it says time to stand. We've been sitting for.
Also, I think
Stand
Tiff
for
is
something
bringing.
or fall for it all.
I don't know. I guess she is going. Tiff is going. She's
Cool.
bringing her dude.
Oh, she had a dude.
She has a dude.
Cool.
And I don't know if they want to split hotel still. If it's that big one, do you got credit space? When you guys
Yeah, I
put in your
do.
Card?
I got a lot.
Okay. I think it's still
After I pay my off, but yeah.
economical to do that still
Yeah.
compared if we're gonna have so many people. And then I don't think my lawyer friend Chris is going. Not gonna stay with us, but the Nufo told me that Chris.
Wait, the lawyer that you were talking about earlier?
Yeah,
The
who
one
I didn't.
know about.
That's fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah, by the way, he's going too. The one I didn't know about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, that guy. He's going. I
don't
don't know anything about Tiff's like plans if she still plans to stay in the thing. But that room is still. Just get the jungle view, the
It's
cheapest.
just you, me, Trey, Taylor,
Jimmy.
Jimmy,
and that's it. That's a for sure.
that's a for sure.
It's just those 5 are the for
5,
sure's.
Yeah,
Because Tiff might be, but she's not a for sure.
I would say that 5 is a for sure.
I love
Yeah.
how everyone's just getting this side information right now. Just so y'all know, this is look us up, look people up.
They'll know when we're
Yeah.
in Costa Rica filming.
I got I got fans in Costa Rica. I got plans in Costa Rica.
Oh,
I got
yeah.
plans in Costa Rica.
He's singing the fucking dream reel.
All right, right before we go out though, you got
love
listening
that
to
song.
anything, reading anything?
Little Tekka, he put out some good music actually. You should check it out.
Don't even know who that is.
He's a little, and his name's Tekka.
He's
Word.
a little.
Yeah.
You guys know her. Corinne Bailey Rae put out a new album. It's actually pretty good.
Oh, dope.
It's not anything like her other stuff. A little more soulful, jazzy. Because she's very pop, R&B, put your records on type shit, which is good. I still like that. She made good music, but
Her
it's
other
different.
song was a banger too. I don't remember it, but it was pretty.
It's
good.
an unknown banger. What about you? Do you want anything?
Phil's brother told me like a long time ago to listen to the Thrice Artists and the Ambulance podcast about them like remaking the album, and I finally listened to the album. It's like Artists and the Ambulance revisited. Dude, it's like they recorded it basically like their live set, so it sounds so to me so much better than a new album. But I think it's a pretty cool way is if like you're an artist and you're gonna tour off an album, it's kind of a cool way to also
Hop in the ambulance.
like use the album still. They got a couple of people on there that like sing on tracks with them and stuff like that. I mean it's definitely not like made to go big. Like they're not doing that. It's definitely for fan, appeasement. But it sounded really, really good and made me want to watch or listen to the podcast. And I've been listening to that
Podcast?
just about the album. They made a podcast
Just a
just
series
about
then,
it, just
I'm
a series. Yeah. And I've been listening to that for the podcast.
It's pretty good, huh?
It's funny. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Because they just give each other. They take the piss like all the
Yeah,
time.
dude, they they really do just
What
take the piss
podcast?
up. What's it called?
It's like everything is football, or the rest is football.
the rest
I
is
believe.
football. I think is yeah.
But it's all three. It's three players, and they're all pretty. They're all. I think I only know Lineker. I don't know Micah Richardson or the other guy.
Micah played for
It's a good
He
watch.
played for Aston
Man
Villa.
City
Played for
also.
Aston Villa
It's a
too,
good
while
watch,
they,
though.
while they were relegated.
It's a good listen. I'm not watching it. I'm listening to it. Yeah. But it's just like just three blokes just taking the piss out of each other. But they also talk about some like pretty like it was one of the ones that came up where it's like if somebody's gonna buy this player for 150 million, you sell him and you buy new talent off of that money, even if he's a star name, of it. Like it
how you get
sucks, but
money.
that's
It's
business on
business.
it.
takes money to make
Yeah.
money.
I feel like that doesn't happen in the NBA though.
It does.
I don't think so.
It's just
I-
you can't go
like,
anywhere
Well,
else.
it's
The NBA
hard
is
because
the highest
it's
league.
it's trading.
But no,
they
but
do
I mean,
trade
like,
packages.
Yeah, because I mean, like usually if someone gets sold, that team then that sold that person
Has to
doesn't
rebuild.
They don't like flourish with like three new great players. Like it's
It
very
depends. It's
rare that you
normally
see
a
that kind
trade-off
of.
in the NBA.
Yeah.
It's normally if you're giving up a high name, you're getting prospects.
Yeah.
It's like
And
to build.
You're getting just to build. It's prospects and potential. With the star, we may not have ever gone anywhere, but getting rid of the
The
star,
idea-
we could get a couple first-round draft picks.
Yep.
Like
couple-
Brooklyn.
You know what I mean?
That's
So it's
basically
like-
what Brooklyn did last year.
yeah, it's like-
Who
it's a
else has
rebuild
it?
thing.
Like OKC has the most draft picks ever. Still, like
They've drafted the best people ever, and they can.
Don't they
never-
have it to 2027 or 2029?
Right.
bro, they're
That-
like first
it's
round
some
picks
crazy
forever.
They had one of the best teams of recent basketball history, and they couldn't win a championship.
Oh, I also
true.
I hung out with
And
Millicent
that was draft.
and Neil's or God damn it, Phil's brother last night.
Hey, the man.
Pay the man.
Like Millie said, she's like, "You've never shouted me." I'm like, I feel like I do that.
Oh, you never
somewhat
shouted
often."
her out?
No, I feel like I have.
you did. You shouted out last
That's what I said.
episode.
Such a misogynist.
You massage gymnast.
But yeah, I
Yeah, you
hung
shouted her out with the book.
Yeah, I
He
hung
did
out.
hood
yeah.
feminism. I even remember.
I think it was just because we were in a state.
Hot, dude. That whole time, by the way, like I don't know if people realize or not, but that whole last 30 minutes of the last episode, I don't think any of us were actually cognizant.
I don't
of,
remember what
really.
happened.
No, not at all.
But let's shout Millie out. Hey, Millie.
Yeah, shout out Millicent. Shout out Phil's brother.
Shout out Phil's brother.
Shout out Matt and Amber. Hung out with them last night. Always nice. Oh, and Shay.
I told Ronnie I was going to shout him out because he chewed me up on that.
He did on
On
the,
that,
that
Danny.
comment.
I said he was a bad dude. I'm just trying to have fun.
Yeah,
man.
hey, Ronnie, I didn't realize also that he was killing dogs on lawns. So, but we weren't saying he.
If it was a lot of ifs.
Well, also, I don't think it was necessarily saying I feel bad for him. It was
No.
more saying like I can feel compassion for the
Empathy or
scenario, the
something.
empathy for the
If-
scenario,
If this was the scenario.
the scenario of somebody,
Yes, and it wasn't his scenario.
not his scenario.
It was vaguely related to his scenario,
Yeah.
but I wasn't given his scenario.
Yeah, no, fuck that guy.
Well, I was saying if you changed, we knew he didn't change. That's like I was saying if. And
Wait, is it Danny Masterson who's killing dogs?
That's
Yeah,
what Ronnie
that's what
said.
Ronnie said.
He was like killing
Oh,
dogs.
so he is a terrible person.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
continues
Yeah.
to be. Okay, yeah, tracks.
Yeah, his wife like filed for divorce like 3 days after the whole thing went down.
Yeah,
Which I
'cause-
guess also kind of like he's going to jail. Like
He chewed me up because he's like, you defended him too much.
Yeah.
I was like, well, bro, I said if, and then I followed up by saying, I don't think he's a good person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not defending. Yeah, we are not defending him.
but hey,
shout out Ronnie
love you
though.
guys.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you guys know what to do. You can reach us at Almost Never Pod on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Apple, Spotify.
Shazam us.
Yes. Can they?
I like how you bring that up every time. It's the same it's the same question every time.
Try it, bro.
It's our third episode.
Just
now.
try it, bro. They can do it.
I never. I
so funny.
I never used Shazam.
I
used to.
I can just say
Say it.
what I gotta
Wait,
say.
no. You say like, oh,
Almost never podcast.
no, that's not Shazam. That's
But
like
that's just Siri.
like Siri.
Just say it. It will pop up.
No, I know that.
No, like so if you're
Siri,
playing.
play the Almost Never podcast.
Let's see what Apple does.
Well, it's gonna bring it up because it's Siri.
No, yeah, Shazam is different. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, can you
May or
just
may
put it
not.
up
No. Shazam, it'll work for sure.
for real?
It's on
You
that
tried it?
platform. Yeah.
Oh,
How?
cool.
So what? You just put it up to them talking and say, "What is this?"
Yeah. It's definitely playing.
What's it playing off of?
What episode is that?
I don't know, but it was
It's
definitely
18.
playing. See,
Oh,
y'all
okay.
tell me I'm trying.
Because 18 is that how is that the episode that's on?
Oh, that's the
We're
last.
We're
that's the
only up
next
to
one.
18.
Oh, I
then?
did check out Spotify.
19.
Okay, then I was 19.
I'm only 2 weeks behind.
Well, you did say a buffer, so
Is this 22?
it's 23.
It's 23.
23.
So I'm 2
Wow.
weeks behind.
Wow, it's crazy. So wait, in
It's about 6 months.
what was I gonna say? In 3 episodes, basically.
It is
yeah.
crazy when you think
Yeah,
about it.
it's crazy. It's basically a half a year. Cause we did skip kind of like
A couple,
two-
but I
we
mean,
can- yeah.
then we had more than we put
Yeah,
out.
we did have more. The ones that you'll never know. The only thing I am sad about that we lost is the in and out call.
Mm.
That
That was real rough times, though. That was rough times.
Yeah, the lighting was everything was rough.
There
on
was
that.
the lighting was non-existent and stuff. So
Well, yeah. Thank you guys so much. Like they said, hit us up on all platforms.
Some new
Say
clips
hi.
coming. I'm going to be more diligent making clips. I'm going to
I'll-
have you guys hold me accountable for that.
I'll be more active on TikTok.
I ain't gonna do anything different.
No, you're doing a good job.
Yeah, you're pretty current on things.
I'm still gonna say, if you guys got stuff that you would like us to like talk about or bring up, definitely send it. Because I get hit up. Y'all hit us up. We did get hit up, but us,
yeah,
bring something our way.
I don't think we should because there's so much clutter from all the social media things. I don't think people should email us anymore because there's just so much shit coming through. It's hard to.
Oh, you can't see the emails. Dude.
Yeah, no, there's just so much shit. So I would just say DMs.
Yeah.
DMs the way to go.
I mean, you shouldn't email us anyway. Trey once had Y-mail. What was
Yeah.
that under?
T-mail.
Oh, you
Wait, what's T-mail?
Sidekick.
T-Mail
Oh.
was. Oh yeah, T-Mobile.
No, you had Yahoo too because you were
I
like,
still do.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
That's
I
his
use
Trey
one-
Ross.
I have those both.